Welcome, everybody, to Bearcat Insider. This is the Shallowater Scouting Report. You're listening to the #1 podcast for Pilot Point sports podcasts over the last decade.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, I'm Chance Kirby. This is everybody's favorite assistant, Travis Marsh.
And then we have the sound engineers joining us today. So
we do, for a new segment.
Hey, greetings.
Roger Marsh is on the mic. I thought our Clyde Who Are They segment went over really, really well.
It did, but we're about to kick it up a notch.
We're about to kick it up a notch, and that's where the engineer, my dad, comes in. And so, this edition of Who Are They is brought to you by the National Fellowship of Raceway Ministries and their new podcast operator, Roger Marsh. So, Dad, first off, before we get started about Shallowater, tell us just a little bit about what your newest endeavor is.
Well, back in 2001, I helped develop the National Fellowship of Raceway Ministries into a major nationwide coast-to-coast ministry with NASCAR, IndyCar Series, and other auto racing. We basically train chaplains and people to work at the speedways and with some of the racing series to do chaplain work in the midst of all their competition. I did that from 2001 to 2012 and with the National Fellowship of Raceway Ministries, and then had to move on to some other things. And so most recently, the current executive director of the National Fellowship of Raceway Ministries, Greg Berkey, had to step aside, and so I've been asked now to be the interim director of National Fellowship of Raceway Ministries, and so I'll step into that role at the end of November. And so I'm very excited about that because I always have enjoyed being involved in sports, and auto racing has always been a favorite thing for me, so ministry in the midst of that is going to be a lot of fun. But meanwhile, I really enjoyed working as sound engineer for pilotpointbearcats.com, and it's been a great experience, and I've been really enjoying working with you guys to work with the podcast and work with the productions on Friday night football games, and you guys have really done an outstanding job to develop pilotpointbearcats.com, so I'm excited to be a part of it.
Tell us everything we want to know and some stuff we might not want to know about Shallowater.
Well, there probably are some things here that won't be of interest to you at all, but if anybody's curious about Shallowater, Texas, USA, I've done a little bit of research and uncovered some things, so let me just get into it. I had no idea where Shallowater was or is.
I did not either.
And I had no idea what kind of things go on in Shallowater, but here's the scoop. The town's beginnings go back to 1909, which, by the way, being a historian myself, I've discovered that in Texas, lots of these small towns got their beginning around 1905 to 1908, 1910, because of the railroads being expanded throughout Texas. So apparently that was going on in 1909 up around Lubbock County.
Flashback to last week, that's the origin of Clyde.
Okay, same thing.
Mr. Wall would be very impressed with our cross-curricular nature of the podcast here, because we're currently in U.S. history talking about the westward expansion of railroads.
Absolutely.
And so,
absolutely.
Well, Mr. Wall, you're welcome.
Travis, we lived, before you were born, we lived in Emhouse, Texas, down south of Ennis, north of Corsicana. I pastored a church there and discovered that the town of Emhouse got its name from E.M. House, who was a senator at the time and negotiated with the railroad to bring the railroad through there. So a lot of towns started that way. Well, back in 1909, rancher Jim Bowles got together with a guy named Bob Crump, and they helped form a town site company. Their goal was to attract railroads to go through the area, so they purchased land, and among the first things to be established was a school. All right, so school back in Shallowater got its start way back at the beginning. The Santa Fe Railroad did indeed work out a plan, and the Ripley town site, believe it or not, Ripley Town Site Company was formed, but to attract settlers, the name of the town was changed to Shallowater. Kind of interesting to me, why would Shallowater attract people instead of Ripley? Who
Or
knows?
deep water when you're talking about the Panhandle and
Yes.
Gato Estacado.
Yep, absolutely. But catch this. Here's what they say on their website. Shallow water where Texas pride runs deep.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good play
Yeah,
on words.
that's interesting.
Hats off to you, City of Shallowater.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, Shallowater has a population of around 2,500 people. The town is served by the Shallowater ISD. And being a church historian, I was interested in this. It's spiritually served by 5 churches that come together every year for a community Thanksgiving service.
Coming up.
Unity.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be cutting turkey here in just a few days. The town is located 12 miles northwest of Lubbock in Lubbock County on Highway US 84. It's 332 miles from Pilot Point, which is around a 5-hour drive. Best I can tell, contrary to what you done covered about Clyde, Texas, Chance, no famous people from Shallowater that
Wow.
I could detect.
Well, and so
I couldn't on the online. That's why I had to call.
so my
I probably should have called. Maybe I would have gotten the scoop that way.
my challenge is if there is a Shallowater resident that happens to listen, and there are famous people indeed from Shallowater, please correct our error because it's not done in jest or in disrespect. We just couldn't find anybody. But we would be
Absolutely.
more than happy to learn.
Absolutely.
Like Elliott Park from Clyde.
From Clyde.
Well,
So I would love to hear about someone from Shallowater.
That's
to
right.
the folks from Shallowater, I apologize for my lack of diligence.
And if you need someone, Shallowater, we'll trade you Tiger King.
hey,
Ooh, are you kidding me?
I bet we could work out a deal.
we're not agreeing to that yet.
Okay, well, sorry. You have to run that through management.
All right, we digress. Athletics in Shallowater is not without highlights. Last year, the girls' basketball, the Shallowater Phillies, won the state championship, as they did also in 2003 and 4, along with the boys' Mustang basketball in 2003 and 2000, or the year 03-04. Their team mascot is the Mustangs. Football began for the Mustangs in 1971. Their all-time record is 332, 205, 12. In the playoffs, the record is 34 wins, 28 losses, 1 tie. They have 15 district championships, no state championships. And in Dave Campbell's Texas football for this year, they're currently ranked at number 3 in 3A District 1 behind Grandview and Brock. Their current record for the fall 2020, and I'm sure you'll get into this more, Travis, is very impressive. 9-0 overall with 5-0 in district, against Brownfield, Lamesa, Denver City, Kermit, and Slayton. Total points accumulated through the season, 417. Total points allowed, 141. They've had a good comeback from their 2019 season, during which they were 7-5, which must have been disappointing after their 2018 season, in which they were 13-1-0. Last Thursday, they defeated River Road from Amarillo 58-7, a game in which River Road did not score until the fourth quarter, presumably because Shallowater probably allowed some backups or JB to get in some playoff experience. This week, the Bearcats will go up against Shallowater. The game will be in Breckenridge, 145 miles, 2.5 hours from Pilot Point, if you go on highways 380, 67, and 180. So that's everything that I have been able to uncover about Shallowater.
Well, thankfully for the listening public, you stole half of everything that I was going to say.
Well, in case we run out of time, then
Yeah,
it's
no,
already
no, we're
it's
good.
already out
But
on the table.
man, thank you for the Shallowater City of Shallowater scouting report. Now, I find it interesting that with a deep railroad history, that the Mustang is the mascot. That the Mustang's the mascot. They could have been the locomotives, or I mean,
Sure could have been.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That always interests me. Like, why are we the Bearcats?
Why are a lot of us around here the Bearcats?
It's an animal that's native to Southeast
Yeah,
Asia.
it's not an animal, I don't think. When
It
you
is.
dig through old...
It's a bit wrong.
I'm not questioning that it's an animal. I'm saying that the mascot origin, when you look at old papers from back then, there was a boxer named the Bearcat.
Ooh.
And it was all around the same time that all of our schools kind of came online, and I think that has something to do with it.
Okay,
So
so you're
famous
gonna,
boxer.
the Bearcat
Well, you got Sherman, Whitesboro, and us all right here.
and Alito.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not right around here, but
Yeah, but maybe that was it's yeah.
there's also a World War II fighter plane, a carrier plane that's a Bearcat.
That's true. But we
But
came way
we were
before
first.
That's
We
right.
beat that Bearcat.
that. We did.
Okay. Well, anyways.
Well, back to the Mustangs. The Mustangs are a real
See, we
animal.
need him on our show more often.
Mustangs are indeed a real animal, but I would doubt that in 1909 there were any Mustangs roaming through West Texas at that point in time. But
I don't know.
when the community developed after 1909, it became primarily a service community for the farming and ranching industry. So hence probably Mustangs.
Well, and while we're on the subject of Shallowater, let's talk about the head Mustang.
Okay.
Mr. Brian Wood. Brian Wood has an exceptional resume. He is 188 and 66 with stops at obviously Shallowater, Canyon Randall, Pampa, 2 stops at Sunray, and a stop at Rotan. He's currently 39 and 8 as the head Mustang there at Shallowater. Accomplished track record for obviously a pretty accomplished coach. So, hats off to Coach Brian Wood and the resume that he's put together. What that tells you, whenever you have roughly 3 times more losses than, 3 times more wins than losses, is, and this is something we'll cover in depth, we're going to get a football team that's going to be well coached and well prepared.
How long has Coach Wood been there?
This is year 4.
Okay.
And so, he has had a pretty good track record of success for sure. Now, the 2 years that are kind of highlights, I guess you could say, of Coach Wood's career, when you look at win-loss record, is that 2018 team that you mentioned there.
13
at Shallowater. It was 13-1-0.
13-1-0.
And then in 2004, he had a 13-1-0 record at Sunray. And so that's getting pretty close to the dance. And so whenever you've accumulated that much success, his eyes are definitely probably on the prize that we all want. So that's a little bit about your head Mustang there, Mr. Brian Wood. Let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, let's talk about what's going to happen whenever Shallowater has the ball. Cat fans, one thing that I love about walking into the field house is looking at all the old pictures that you have from years past and being able to relive the history and great players. And I love walking through with my sons and showing them a picture and saying, man, look at that guy, and telling them a story about a great play. And you can have the same opportunity to do that with your family by using Ashley Marsh Photography to capture your family's great memories. Seeing those pictures of your family will allow you to talk to your kids or your grandkids and tell great stories about things that you've done or things that you've seen, or just funny memories that you might have. So if you ever want to document your family's history, please contact Ashley Marsh Photography. You can find her on Facebook, on Instagram using Ashley Marsh Photography, as well as her website, ashleymarshphotography.com.
Located in Pilot Point, Texas, the Chandler family has been making custom cabinets for over 40 years. As a team, Chandler Cabinets is committed to designing and building the perfect cabinets for you. They will make the process comfortable and stress-free by personally guaranteeing a superior product built on the standard of superior craftsmanship and immaculate customer satisfaction. From concept to completion, perfect form and function. Chandler Cabinets is an award-winning company with a reputation for consistent innovation at the highest level of design. You can find more information on Chandler Cabinets at chandlercabinets.net or on their Facebook page, Chandler Cabinets. Chandler Cabinets, 40 years of excellence. All right, thank you to those sponsors. We're back. We're going to jump right into when Shallowater has the ball. Before we get started, what little research that I did, because I don't get the opportunity to watch game film. I'm pretty much digging online and seeing what's happening. And I know you like boxing references, so I'm going to throw one at you.
Okay.
Although it's fake boxing.
Ooh, fake boxing.
I look at Shallowater like Ivan Drago.
Okay.
Now the question is, are we going to be Apollo Creed? Hopefully not. Although it would be cool to have James Brown come and sing Living in America.
We need a James Brown theme song.
We do.
Okay.
Moving on. Or are we going to come out like Rocky and win, but be all beat to heck? And they're a solid team. You can't find anything negative I can about them.
I think the first key to all of it is, if you want to stay with your fictional boxing reference, is the whole key to Rocky was that he finally cut Drago.
Mm-hmm.
And once that mammoth boxer showed that he was human and that he bleeds, the tide turned.
The montage music
The
starts.
montage music starts, and we're rocking and rolling. And so I think that's what the Bearcats need to see.
Is Shallowater man or machine?
Yes. Are they, in, of course, fictional reference, forgive the imagery, we need to make Shallowater bleed. Not literally, everyone. We're not trying to entice a riot. But we need to see what they're all about. And, they're a fantastic football team. They are. You're not undefeated by accident.
You're not number 3 in state by accident.
No. And so, this isn't one of those times where, we doubt them for a minute. They're a good football team, and it shows on film. But can we make them bleed? And will they go in at halftime, and are they going to look at the guy in their corner and say, those Bearcats, they're like iron? Another movie reference for you there. Same movie.
Yeah.
But no, we have to. We have to sit in there and we have to box with them. We have to make them bleed. And we have to take all the punches that they're going to throw at us and stay upright. And so, talking offense, it's going to feature. It's going to be what we've seen for weeks now. Outside of the Brock game, it's a quarterback-centric offense going around number 15, Bax Townsend. That's an exceptional quarterback. He does such a fantastic job managing their offense, but it's not just about him. Okay, he has 2 backs in the backfield with him. You have Keegan Campbell, who's number 7, and you have Caleb Cox, who's number 30, and they both can make plays. If you had to go with it, number 30 is kind of Mr. Outside. Number 7, he's kind of Mr. Inside, but number 7 is a fantastic overall back. And then they have receivers that match. But the main thing.
The views and opinions expressed by Ryan Menard and John Little are those of the broadcaster and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Pilot Point Independent School District or PilotPointBearcats.com. Any content or comments provided by our broadcast team is their opinion and is not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything. This broadcast of Pilot Point football may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any other form without the expressed written consent of PilotPointBearcats.com.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh.
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Texas who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
This is Pilot Point Bearcat football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
There's a left pressure downfield. Good pressure, make him scramble. He slings it out.
Right,
Ripped off. Looks like it's Jay Cox.
Take it to the house.
Take it all the way back, and he does. Axon takes the snap, pitches out to TK, who immediately runs around the defender, gets inside the 10, breaks another tackle, runs over, man, dives to the pylon. Are they going to mark him out or say he got in? No,
Got in. Wow.
What a run by TK.
Okay, TK.
Outrun.
Now to the booth with Ryan Menard and John Little.
We are live. Good evening, Bearcat fans. This is Pilot Point Bearcat football on PilotPointBearcats.com. You're listening to the Custom Roofing and Construction pregame show. Tonight, the Pilot Point Bearcats hit the road and have ended up at Buckaroo Stadium in Breckenridge, Texas, to play the Shallowater Mustangs for the area championship. I'm Ryan Menard, and joining me tonight is the Minister of 90s Bearcat football, John Little. Welcome, John. Pilot Point got the first playoff win last week while beating Clyde for the bi-district championship. This week they have a much tougher matchup in the undefeated 9-0 District 1-3A champions Shallowater Mustangs. What are you looking for tonight from the Bearcats?
Well, first of all, good to be with you, Big 5-0, and you're very high energy tonight.
Got a Buckaroo burger before the game.
I was about to say,
I didn't eat last week before the game.
I was about to say, is it two Red Bull runs? What are we looking at here?
Well, as long as it's not a 41-point game in the fourth quarter, I'm sure you'll get a solid effort from me.
That's what I was going to say. I don't expect it to be a 50-point blowout like it was last week, and to be honest with you, I think this one's going to be tougher than folding a fitted sheet, if you know what I mean. It can be done. It may not be the prettiest thing, but I've folded mine before and put it away, and it's serviceable. So I think these Bearcats can do it.
You better let me fold mine and shove it in the back, hide it from my wife.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But as my old college teammate from Clay Center, Kansas, my old baseball teammate, he used to say, you Texans are so dang handy. And I said, how's that? He said, man, you're always fixing stuff. You're always fixing to do this, fixing to do that. Well, Ryans, I think we fixing to find out who the tougher team is tonight. You got these West Texas boys from Shallowater, and you got these Bearcats from North Central Texas. So it's going to be a good one.
Yep. It should be. Our first look at the Shallowater Mustangs. Shallowater beat Amarillo River Road 58-7 to win their bi-district matchup last week. A classmate of mine, Pilot Point alum Kyle McCall, is on the River Road staff, and he sent me some notes of interest to cover Shallowater. He told me the key to beating Shallowater is physicality. So you run it right at them. That's not that they don't really like being challenged physically. If you try to spread them out and go sideline to sideline, that's something where they excel at because they've got a lot of team speed on both sides of the ball. They can have some success keeping you bottled up if you try that approach. So he said the best approach is just to go right at them. Shallowater does average 46 points a game, 4 on offense, and allows a stingy 15 points a game. So they're going to be a challenge on both sides of the ball. So let's look at offensively first. The Mustangs are a run-heavy team out of the spread formation. They like to run a lot of stretch plays, counters, and traps. And they're going to run the ball down the throat if you let them. That's what they want to do. They're led by a sophomore quarterback. Man, we see all these years as we're getting older, these kids, coming up, seeing interesting names week in and week out. The quarterback for Shallowater's Bax. B-A-X. Bax versus Max. He's young. He's only a sophomore, but he's dynamic. He'll run by you, and just when you're getting ready for him to run by you, he'll run over you. They do running back by committee, and they do have an impact wide receiver, tall, 6'3", number 22, or 6'4", Mason Eaker, number 22. My buddy Kyle told me basically if it's within his radius, he's going to bring it in. So that's going to be a challenge for whoever's matched up with him tonight. We know the Bearcats like to run a lot of one-on-one coverage. Key for the Mustangs is their offensive line, though. What they lack in size, they make up with nastiness and quickness. So it's going to be a challenge for our defensive front tonight. Defensively, Shallowater likes to keep a stacked box in which they're going to stack that box heavy tonight, try to slow down our playmakers and Max Holler and Ish Harris. So I'm looking for maybe a big game by Jay Cox tonight if they want to stack the box that way. The front seven is the strength of their defense. They have two stud defensive linemen in D. Clements and Brady Reed, both men over 6'3", over north of 200 pounds. Pilot Point is coming off a drumming of the Clyde Bulldogs, 56-16 last week. Shallowater's going to put up a much tougher test this week. It's one of those teams that you just have to find a way to beat. If you can find a way to beat them, you can find yourself playing deep into November, into mid-December. But these are some of the teams like this you have to beat to get there. So with that being said, I kind of highlighted some of them, but let's maybe take a more deeper look at, John, who are your players to watch on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, Ryan, so for the Shallowater Mustangs, I've got 3 guys highlighted. They're solid across the board. They're, like I said, number 3 ranked team in state, so they don't really have a weak spot. But I'm looking at number 1, Caleb Batson. He's a big, tall, 6-foot wide receiver. He's senior, and he's also going to play some free safety. He's a playmaker. And then number 40, Josh Easley. He's a senior running back, inside linebacker. He's listed at 5'8", 170. He's a real tough kid. He's a senior as well. And then, like you said, their offense really runs through that quarterback. It's Bax Townsend He's only a sophomore. Still a pretty good-sized kid, 6 foot, 170 listed in the program. He'll play some safety as well.
My buddy Kyle said that he's the baller.
Yeah, he really is.
You got to go after.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of tape on him. He doesn't seem to be as fast as our Max, but he's stout. He might be a little bit more stout than Max, and I don't know what the percentage is of offense that runs through him, but I would guess 75% of the plays. I mean, we're going to see a lot of quarterback power, a lot of QB draws. I mean, everything goes through that guy. So that's it for on the Shallowater side. Of course, on our Bearcat side, it's the usual suspects the last few weeks. You touched on it. Jay Cox, number 5, our senior kind of H-back wide receiver, and then I guess we've moved him to middle.
Big play Jay.
We moved him to middle linebacker last week, and man, he balled out. He had a pick 6. I think he led the team with tackles. I heard he had 11. I think 8 solo. So he really embraced that new middle linebacker position.
Getting him in the middle of the defense, letting him play both sides of the field. Used to playing defensive end. You can kind of dominate one side of the field, but you put him in the middle, let him make plays.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then the second star we're looking at is always, of course, Ish Harris. I don't know if you saw, he picked up another offer from D1. He got
2 more this
TCU
week. And Oklahoma State.
And Oklahoma State. Yeah,
Last week it was just
we didn't know about Oklahoma
yeah.
State till after the game. Yeah. That's right. That was Saturday that got announced. So, man, he's got big-time schools looking at him. He's a big-time player, and I think if he gets loose out here tonight, the Bearcats are going to be in good shape because Ish can carry the load, and then of course he plays corner for us as well. So he's number 1 star to look for. He had 4 touchdowns the first half last week.
This team goes as he goes.
All rushing, absolutely. And I also saw he surpassed 1,000 yards through the air as well, and that's impressive considering he missed a few games early in the season.
That's right.
It's definitely going to be Max versus backs out here tonight.
One of those things that I think Kyle highlighted to me when I talked to him about him. I actually just asked him this a little while ago before the game. We've played some teams that had the dynamic quarterback where the whole offense ran through a running quarterback. But what those teams lacked was really anybody else to really help lighten the load on him. So he gave me a couple other names to look at, the running back by committee, and I basically asked him, hey, if you can bottle up this quarterback, or can their other guys really be impactful and beat us?
Right.
Or is it if we just stop backs, we stop the Mustangs?
Similar
to Boyd. We stopped Rendon Lamance, and the whole offense was just totally shut down last week. We kind of shut down their quarterback, and they just didn't really have much else to offer. What makes this such a tough test is he told me, this is going to be more similar to Gunner, where you bottle up the quarterback. Okay, well, you got 1, 2, 3 more guys that can make plays, and that's more resembles who we are as a team.
Right.
So if you battle up Max,
more balance. There's a lot more weapons.
You bottle up Max, well, we can throw Ish at you. We can throw Jay at you. Aiden can get involved, and that's more how Shallowater's built. So because of that, this is definitely going to be a tougher matchup. So the Bearcats won their bi-district championship, looking to stack trophies on trophies this year. This is kind of a big key to that second round playoff game. This means that you're for real if you can get through this. So with that being on the line for the Bearcats tonight, what are your keys to victory?
Yes, sir. So key number 3, I guess seniority has its advantages. It's kind of like back when my dad was alive, when I took him to IHOP and Denny's and all that. He always got that discount. Sometimes you get a free meal, and I just think that the Bearcats have a seniority advantage with a senior quarterback versus a sophomore quarterback. And we got, Big Play Jay and some others out there that I think are going to carry the day. So that's key number 3 is seniority. See if that comes into play. And then key number 2, we talked about it already, backs versus Max. It's really going to come down to who has the better game. Managing the game, big plays. It runs through their quarterback for sure. And, Max has been on fire for our Pilot Point Bearcats as well. So
every game he's played.
Yeah, it's really going to be a quarterback battle tonight. And then
the Bearcats taking the field.
Here comes our Bearcats. And so the song choice for this week is Tougher Than the Rest by Chris Ledoux. Also, Bruce Springsteen sings a good version. But, it's Friday night. We're all dressed up in white. They've been watching us a while. Maybe we've been watching them too. And it's going to come down to who the tougher team is, and I think our tougher regular season schedule may play a part in this. We played Gunner, Brock, and Boyd, 3 really tough teams. So we've been tested early on, I'm not so sure about the Shallowater schedule. I heard the sideline guys talking about, they had the same question marks about that Shallowater schedule. So we're going to see if, maybe those early season tests that the Bearcats went through and did their part. We'll see if that plays a part in this or not. With the Bearcats' experience in earlier games, tougher games against Gunner and Brock, if they can take what they learned from those 2 losses and apply it tonight.
Well, I know this is going to be probably the most exciting game of the year. Pilot Point hadn't really played a whole lot of really good games in the sense of, the Ponder game was 18-13, so it was a close game. You can look back and say, oh, it was a good game. But
didn't expect it to be.
If you know the Bearcat team, you didn't feel like it was a good game the whole time. You feel like we squeaked it out. This is going to be a good game tonight. But right now we're going to go to the National Anthem, so we're going to step away for a commercial or two, come back for some Bearcat football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Hey Bearcat fans, this is Coach Marsh. I know that whenever practice is over and I get home late, the first place I think of is Nick's Italian. You can go to Nick's Italian or you can call it at 940-686-2520. You get great quality food at a great price, not to mention the friendly service that you receive from Nick and his staff. Next time you're hungry and you don't feel like dragging out all those pots and pans and trying to cook for a family of 6, call Nick's Italian and they'll take care of you. Nick's has been family owned and operated since 2003. You can find the restaurant at 1340 South Highway 377 in Pilot Point, Texas. Support a veteran-owned business in Nick's Italian. Go Bearcats.
I'm number 12, Max Holler, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
So, coin flip just happened. Shallowater won the toss, and they chose to receive. So I think we have a field mic tonight. So they're about to play the national anthem. So we'll let everybody hear the national anthem, and then get ready for the Southern Junkie opening kickoff.
National anthem.
So that was it for the Custom Roofing Construction pregame show. So now we're ready for the Southern Junkie kickoff on Pilot Point Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com, brought to you by Speedlight Broadband. Tonight it is 70 degrees and clear out here in Breckenridge, Texas. A slight wind, but nothing that's going to affect any play tonight. Shallowater Mustangs wearing red jerseys with white numbers, white pants, black helmets with a red and white stripe going down the center, with Mustangs on each side of the helmet, and the Mustangs are the American flag. Pilot Point Bearcats are wearing the white jerseys, orange numbers, orange Pilot Point across the back, Bearcats across the front, the orange pants, white helmet with the black numbers, and I believe that's a black stripe down the middle, same helmets they've worn all year. And Pilot Point's got the ball getting teed up here at the 40. We're going to kick off to Shallowater. Start the game. Shallowater's got number 1, Caleb Batson, back along with number 30. Caleb Cox back there to return for Shallowater. Let's see what strategy Pilot Point wants to take with this opening kickoff here.
And Ryan, I already see Alex Puga out there, number 9.
He made an impression last week.
Earned his playing time already.
Diego Alejos out there as well, covering this kick. Kick is deep, fielded at about the 12, and they run the reverse, get the ball to 30. Cox, and he's going to make TK miss, get up the sideline, going to cross the 30 to about the 34-yard line. So we kind of talked about that last week. They employ the reverse, which when it happens so far away from the coverage team, it doesn't fool anybody, but maybe they just want Cox returning it anyways.
Yeah, TK, Tyler Cavazzi was certainly not fooled, but he didn't do a great job of breaking down, so the guy got the edge on him, got an extra 10 yards out of it before we ran him out of bounds on the far side.
Yep, Jacob Scott getting the start on the D-line tonight next to Jacob Dang. He's got the Jacobs up in the tackle positions. Troy Tencher, Aiden Cox playing defensive ends. And you called it last week. We got Jay Cox playing middle linebacker. 2 running backs in the backfield with Bax Townsend. Takes the first snap. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. He's going to get the corner before Ish Harris comes and tries to roll his shoulder into him, but then try to wrap him up, and he gets out across the 45-yard line to about the Bearcat 46, and that's going to be more than enough for a first down. Number 7 on the carry, Keegan Campbell. That's going to be, Kyle McCullough told me that's definitely the better of the 2 backs. He thought number 7, Keegan Campbell, was the better of the 2 backs they had back there, but,
they've got options.
Yeah, Bax Townsend's who leads it all. So they got one Bax Townsend with the running back next to him, 2 receivers right, 1 left, and this is going to be a simple dive up the middle. And Jacob Scott gets there, first man there, wraps him up, and then tries to strip the ball out.
Really nice job by Jacob there. He almost got the ball out. Like you said, that we had 9 guys stacked in the box. There was nowhere to go up front.
Yeah, that's no gain on the carry there. He ran right, number 7 Keegan Campbell ran right into Jacob Scott's arms. So we go 2nd 10, 1 receiver right, 1 left, 2 tight ends for the Mustangs. 1 quarterback, 1 running back. Bearcats jump. They're going to call the flag, and they're going to throw deep. And number 1, he's going to outrun Aston Kirby and make that catch. And that's Caleb Batson. Big play touchdown. And basically what Bax Townsend saw was he saw Pilot Point jump off sides, and that's a free play. And they just took advantage of it down that sideline.
Yeah, they sure did. That was a great job by their quarterback to follow through on the play. Just messed up the timing. Looked like Aston didn't get his jam at the line, and the guy highlighted pregame, Caleb Batson, kind of ran by him and made a nice catch and just cruised into the end zone.
Shallowater goes for 2 pretty much every time, so they're looking over for their calls here. It's not a swinging gate. It's just the offense out there looking to put an extra 2 points on the board. So they have a little bunch right. Bax is going to take the snap. He's going to fake this jet sweep and run it right between the tackles for the 2-point conversion. So that's one thing you want to avoid, early big plays here. And the Pilot Point gave him a freebie there with that big play touchdown there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he did, and they've come out swinging. We'll see how he absorbed this first punch and react to it.
Yeah, that was definitely a designed pass play because normally, they got Pilot Point to jump off sides, which made, but it wasn't a run. They designed a pass, but who knows if we don't jump off sides, they may not try the go route right there. So, but they did, and they got us on it. I want to remind everybody we're on the chat tonight. We are audio only. UIL prohibits us from doing any sort of video in the playoffs. Most years, every year actually, they actually also prohibit video for the regular season. But due to COVID and all that, this year they allowed it to go for the regular season, but not for the playoffs. So that Chandler Cabinet score and drive summary.
2 plays, 66 yards, and it took 50 seconds.
It's not how you want to start as a defense.
No, not at all. See how our offense reacts coming off that.
Yeah. Alex Puga, Diego Alejo seeing plenty of time. They're on the kickoff return team as well. So 2 young guys who made an impression last week and getting to stick around. Just a little pooch kick kind of in the middle. Aston Kirby, he caught it. He's going to get a chance to return it and kind of redeem himself. He's going to get to the Bearcat sideline and turn it up out to about the 45-yard line. Good field position starting here for the Bearcats at their own 45-yard line.
It was nice patient running. Aston took it kind of middle of the field, ran to the far sideline, and had a couple of blockers in front of him. Did a good job. Nice little return right there. Secretly, I was hoping he was going to take it to the house.
That'd be a good way to redeem yourself after what happened on the other side.
After that
hey, he's matched up. Caleb Batson's his corner, so maybe we get him back here. But that's Bearcats. That's not quite their game. They're going to get under center, I formation. Jay Cox is the fullback. Ish Harris is the running back. He's going to take the snap and dive play to Ish Harris, and not much way to go. But he spins out of a tackle. He's going to get out across the 50 to about the Mustang 48. So that's about a 6-yard run there. He made 6 yards out of nothing.
Yeah, he did.
Had to completely come to a stop at the line of scrimmage before he could spin out and make his own way.
Move to get an extra, 4 yards out of it.
This Harris, he's just bubbling with confidence after the year he's had, especially late in the year and getting some of these offers coming in.
Absolutely.
They're going to go back to him with the pitch right. This Harris looking for some room to run. Doesn't really find much. He's going to get about a 1-yard gain. Going to force a 3rd and 3 here for the Bearcats on the Mustangs side of the field. So, it's early in the game, but, getting a yard and a half, 2 yards here, putting yourself in a 4th and 1, I think this is a position you probably go for that. But to try to avoid a 4th down decision, let's get it on 3rd.
Let's get it on 3rd, absolutely.
We're going to stay in the I formation here. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Max Holler looking back, gets under center. Takes a snap, and it's going to be a fake pitch, and Max Holler's going to run a draw right back underneath, and it looks like from the side judge on that side, it's going to be an Irish Real Estate 1st down for the Bearcats. I've never seen that played before. Quarterback fakes the pitch and turns around.
Fake pitch option. Quarterback sneak.
Yeah, all the backs went the right way,
Yeah.
so he faked the pitch and then just turned around. It was like a little draw play for himself.
It looked like he executed it exactly the way he was supposed to.
Yep, trips left for the Bearcats. Max Holler takes the snap, and he's going to keep it off the
Okay,
left side. He's got a block. He's going to reverse to the Bearcat sideline. 30. It's going to be a race. Bax Townsend's going to jump on his back and bring him down at the 15. But that's go from the 42 to the 15. That's a 27-yard run there for Max Holler.
Yeah, and I think we can already see the difference in the team speed. Seems like Shallowater's a lot faster than Clyde because Max took that same play basically to the house last week, right?
Yeah, but their playmaker, the one guy who we're concerned about his speed, was the one and he had an angle on Max, so it wasn't a true race right there. He had an angle, was able to jump on his back, but not until 27+ yards. Max Holler's going to throw a slant right here to Jay Cox. Jay Cox saw the defender coming, looked like he stopped his route to try to catch it and spin outside, and ultimately couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, Jay wanted a flag, but it was just it was really good timing. It looked like
I heard the PA announcer call there was a flag.
Oh, there was a flag. It looked like Mason Eaker, number 22.
It's going to be on the Bearcats, it looks like. Maybe an ineligible man downfield. The referee kind of acted like that Shallowater would want to decline that, but it would be 2nd and 10, so they're going to take the penalty, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, make it 1st and 15 from the Shallowater Mustang 20-yard line. So we're in the point blank red zone with a chance to answer, Shallowater's first touchdown with one of our own.
Now, one thing, Ryan, I saw from these guys is they play with a lot of energy. You can see that even on the game film. So you got to match that.
So 2 receivers right, 1 left for the Bearcats. Max Holler's going to roll out left, looking to pass, and he hits Aiden Cox in the flat. Aiden Cox going to get inside the 10, run a man over 5, touchdown! Woo! Man, he just showed his muscles there.
He hit that truck stick.
Caleb Batson, he came up and looked like he was in position to make a tackle, but didn't look like he really wanted to make the tackle. Aiden Cox ran him over and gets in the end zone. Now, this is interesting. They don't have a kicking game, we do, so they went for it, they go for it. Do they get us into this game, or do we go ahead and just take the points early here in the game?
Yeah, they made theirs, and they're always going to go for it. I think
I
saw a stat where they've only kicked 1 extra point the entire season.
Yeah.
Or attempted. I don't even know if they made it. They've only attempted.
Well, I like getting the point here. It's really early. It's pretty early to start chasing 2-point conversions here. Snap, hold. The Mix Italian PA extra point attempt is good. 9:03 left in the first quarter. Shallowater 8, Bearcats 7. Let's go to our first commercial break.
The Curtis and Holly Peacock family are proud supporters of Pilot Point ISD. The perseverance that our students have shown in these unprecedented times is a true reflection of what it means to be a Pilot Point Bearcat. The Peacocks want to wish all students in Pilot Point ISD a great 2021 school year and encourage them to continue to be an example to others. The Peacock family is always behind the Pilot Point Bearcats and Lady Cats. And remember, it is a great day to be a Pilot Point Bearcat.
I'm senior varsity cheerleader Aspen McCord, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Well, the Bearcats answer the big play of Shallowaters with a good drive of their own. Chandler Cabinet scoring drive summary.
Yeah, it was 5 plays, 54 yards, runs. With took a minute 54, and that was Aiden Cox taking it to the house on a little out route. A little one-on-one violence right there, because I think that was number 1 that he abused on his way to the end zone.
Yep, definitely abused him, ran him right over. And hey, you feel good about that as a team. You let up a big play. You can kind of write off a big play. It's hard for the other team to ride off a 5-play, 55-yard drive when you dominated.
Oh, TK got blocked in the back, it looked like.
You're going to get a penalty on that, but a good tackle there by, looks like it might be Avery Smith that made the nose. Tristan Trubenbach made the tackle, but this is going to go back 10 yards with a block in the back, and about the 18-yard line is where the foul occurred. So, but like I was saying, you know, you let up a big play. Sometimes you can kind of write off the big play. Like, hey, we messed up, you know, corner fell down,
happens.
this, that, big plays. It's a lot harder to write off when the other team, when, you know, us for offense, 5 plays, 54 yards, where they only had a stop for no gain, 1 play.
Right.
You know, you kind of feel good about that as an offense.
Yeah,
as a team.
Put together a really nice little drive, nice answer right there.
And I was going to get to this, but I didn't want to jinx the touchdown before it happened. I wanted to talk about it. I really like the fact that we didn't chase the 2-point conversion this early.
Yeah, it appears like there's going to be plenty of scoring in this game.
Yep. So 2 backs. This is going to be handoff left to right. Number 30 gets the carry. Tackle left to about maybe a yard. Maybe a yard there for Caleb Cox. Aiden Cox makes a tackle, so Shallowater took possession on this drive on their own 10-yard line, so that was about a 1-yard gain for the Mustangs. Going to bring up 2nd and 9.5 here, barely, not even a yard there. So backs Townsend along with Keegan Campbell in the backfield. 2 tight ends, 1 receiver left, 1 right. Bearcats almost got with that hard count again, but didn't come across.
The center actually has his hand on the football this week, right?
Yeah, doing the check with me type offense, and now you can actually fool somebody. This snap is going to be a quarterback keep to the left side. TK is going to come down. He's going to make a tackle, force a 3rd down. You know, I started calling him TK because I was pronouncing his last name wrong all year because the spelling that I got was not the same spelling with his name. I think it's Kaval-Sin.
Kaval-Sin,
okay. Yeah, but I'll keep calling him TK.
We were told originally Kaval-Say.
Yeah. Well, it makes more sense when I saw the actual spelling.
Yeah, I did see the spelling, but I thought maybe it still went by Kaval-Say.
Yeah, I felt like I was doing him a disservice by not.
He's one kid that's just improved.
Mid-season call-up,
every game.
He's right there in the middle of the defense right here on this 3rd and 3. Jet sweep action, fake handoff. Jacob Dane has a chance, makes the tackle for a 3-4 yard loss there, and that's going to force him, I'd imagine, a late flag coming in, and that might be on the Bearcats after the fact. You can't do that in the area championship game. I didn't see it, but I saw the flag come in from way in the back, and I saw a Shallowater Mustang on the ground.
And Caleb Batson is positive it's on us for someone sportsmanlike.
Yeah, so a fake handoff. Jacob Dane gets in the backfield, brings down Bax Townsend for a loss. It's going to be 4th and 8 at their own 12-yard line. You know they have to punt the ball. Then you get a personal foul after the fact that bails them out.
Just gave him a free get-out-of-jail-free card right there. That wasn't what we wanted.
Hopefully the Bearcat defense stays strong and just can do it again.
How about this pre-snap formation?
Yeah, Shallowater had 10 men in a single file line, break the huddle, get to the line quick, and they're going to do something totally different here. And the Bearcat,
is that on Aiden because the guy grabbed him?
Well, yeah, but he did come across.
Yeah,
so they lined up in a single file line, 9 men deep, ran to the line of scrimmage, fake snapped, then broke out into another crazy formation. And if I've seen this happen over the course of the year. If I was the other team, I would just literally have a session where I called we're not going to run a play. We're just going to hard snap. And because Pilot Point they've jumped so many times this year. Yeah. They've already done it 3 times in this game. They just got busted on it twice.
Yeah, our defensive line has got to be more disciplined, that's for sure.
Bunch left, 1 receiver right, motion left to right. This is going to be a sweep to number 1. Coming downhill hard is number 15, Avery Smith in the safety position, makes a tackle at about the 40. That's after about 8 yards, so it's going to be, 3 yards because of the 5-yard penalty. So 2nd and 2 here for the Mustangs at their own 40-yard line. Avery came hard on that.
Yeah, we're sticking these guys. If we keep laying the lumber, I like our chances by the end of the night.
Yeah.
The Shallowaters, they came out hot, but they're a little hesitant with their running right now, the way we're hitting.
I think Kyle McCullough summarized it pretty well. They look like they want to use speed and finesse, not physicality. And this is going to be a quarterback run up the middle. There's a little bit of gap there, and Ish Harris and Avery Smith are going to have to jump on his back and bring him down at about the 42. Pulling action just got the center of the defense vacated there. And Bax Townsend was able to find the hole and make a good run there.
Their offensive coordinator did a good job setting that play up because I already expected to see a lot more of Bax Townsend than we have on the ground. And,
we haven't really let him get the edge so far, so, it's only one place to go. This is an empty backfield. Bax Townsend motion left to right. Snap, and it is going to be handed off the jet sweep. Aiden Cox set the edge well. Set the edge great. And TK comes in, and I think he was down when TK first contacted him.
I thought he was too.
But they actually gave number 1, Caleb Batson, an extra yard because they didn't say he was all the way down. But Aiden Cox set the edge, didn't really allow him outside, made him cut back up where TK was there to clean it up. But even where they marked it's a 2-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and Troy Tincher and Tristan Trubenbach were on the pursuit as well. It was a good job.
Bearcats defensive line didn't jump on the hard count there. So there we go, improvement.
That's going to be key because they're going to use it when it's 3rd and 2, whatever.
2 tight end sets for the Mustangs. And this is going to be another quarterback power up the middle. Not really anywhere to go. Ryan he grabs back. Bax Townsend spins him around a few times and then just puts all his weight on his back and brings him down. It's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Mustangs here. See if the Bearcats can survive the personal foul that they let up earlier.
Yeah, it'd be big to overcome that because we did bail them out.
So we're going to put all the receivers on here on the right side of the field.
Looks like we're going to have to be on the lookout for all kinds of trickery tonight, but based on what they've come out with.
I would have loved to see what they were going to do out of that. But here we go. 2 tight ends on the left side, 3 tight ends for the Mustangs here, and 2 receivers right side. Bax Townsend. The Bearcats didn't like what they see. Coach David's going to call a timeout. That's our first uppercut granite timeout of the game. Lower Bradley scoreboard check. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Shallowater Mustangs 8, Pilot Point Bearcats 7, with a 3rd and 10 in front of the Mustangs. This is good response from the Bearcats since the big play touchdown they allowed. They got a touchdown of their own, and it made it tough on the Mustangs here in this drive.
Yeah, we're going to have to look out for everything coming out of this timeout because Coach Brian Wood has proven already that he's got his guys ready to play, and he's got everything, every card in the deck that he's willing to use tonight.
Well, this is without a doubt Shallowater's toughest test of the season. They haven't played a team as good as us. I think that if you look at these 2 teams in the mirror talent-wise, I think they're really similar. They have offensive lines that aren't the biggest but are good size but are really talented. They have multiple playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. They run a similar style of offense. This is a pretty good, mirrored matchup here for these 2 teams. So I think we're in for a good one tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of
started off that way.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that I heard so many people pick our Pilot Point Bearcats when, can't forget these guys have been ranked number 3 all season long, basically. We've been in the 20s.
Yep, 3rd and 10, motion right to left. They're just going to motion, check its man coverage, and it's going to be a quarterback rollout to the left. The throw back right, has a man, and he's going to lay out and catch it. Max Holler got beat there. Number 25. 25, Bo Brockman. They got a Brockman of their own.
Yep, they do.
Ran right by Max Holler, and he ended up having to lay out to make that catch, but he did, and first down.
Yeah, Bax Townsend just laid that in there perfectly, though, didn't he?
10 men in a single file line for the Mustangs. Now they come to the line, really overbalanced right, and they're going to run the ball that way, and Max Holler comes in and makes a big tackle at about the 10. Didn't really fool us. They were overbalanced, onto the right side, which is the side they ran to. But really not. Okay, they got 5 yards on. I didn't feel like they were that successful on it. 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line, from the Bearcats' 10-yard line. So, unless the Bearcats defense can bow their neck, maybe force first Twin City turnover of the game. That penalty that happened on the 3rd and 8 earlier with a big tackle for loss and then the penalty, it's going to cost us here. Bax Townsend. Going to take the snap. He's going to keep it coming back up the middle. Pick up a block, get in the end zone. It looks like big number 78 for the Bearcats there. Maybe 79 was there, had his hand out, almost being able to get the quarterback, but couldn't quite get his hand on him. And he's going to get in the end zone for the touchdown for the Mustangs. So 14-7, here they go for 2 again. This is why I don't mind the kicking it earlier, because if you can stop this 2-point conversion, it's still just a 7-point game.
Exactly.
if you go for it earlier and you don't get it, then it's an 8-point game.
They did throw an interception on a 2-point conversion against River Run.
Okay, all right.
Last week, so.
Bunch left, one receiver split way out wide, one quarterback, one running back in the backfield. Motion left to right, quarterback's going to power it up the middle, and he's going to be stood up and kept out of the end zone. Solid tackle. I don't know who it was. Let's see who gets off the bottom of the pile. Yep, looks like he's number 5, Big Play Jay.
Big Play Jay.
He meets Townsend right in the hole, stands him up, and the other Bearcat defenders can get there to push him back, keep him out of the end zone. So the next Italian 2-point attempt is no good for the Mustang.
Hey, shout out to Sammy Beard listening from Abilene, Texas.
All right. Hey, don't forget, guys, we are on the chat. It's in front of us. We're going to try to be active on it. But Chandler Cabinet score and drive summary.
9 plays, 90 yards, took 5:35 off the clock, and that penalty did end up hurting us in the end of the day there.
I mean, if you have 3rd and 8, that you tackle them for a 3-yard loss.
That was a great.
Going to be 4th and 11 at their own 9.
Great play by Jacob Dane, by the way.
Yeah, 4th and 11 at their own 9. You know they have to punt the football, and you bail them out with a penalty. That's the thing you can't have in an area championship when you're playing a team that's, every bit of your equal.
Exactly. You got to eliminate all those mistakes. Every little thing counts at the end of the day there. I didn't mention it, Ryan, but I did see their energy. You could see their energy just on the film when they were playing River Run, and that's one thing that the Bearcats are kind of hit and miss sometimes. You got to match their energy. They're bringing it tonight.
Pooch kick down the center of the field. Kirby fields it again at about the 27. He's going to try to pick up a block from Puga. He's going to reverse field. Right. He's going to come back 40. Stiff arm as a man. Can't quite get him down. But they're going to call a penalty, I think.
It's going to be horse collar, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's the only thing I think it can be, unless they're going to call some sort of face mask on Aston.
Right.
That would be Aston's luck here in 2020.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it. But
Aston's 2020 luck. See what they want to do here.
Personal foul.
Yep, that's what they hit. Golly.
Of course.
He can't catch a break this year, man. This is unreal. That's what the 3rd penalty he's had on him this year. 2nd penalty he's had called on him with him carrying the football.
I thought he was being horse collared.
Yeah, the only thing that I was concerned about that is it was happening in the front of the body, not in the back of the body.
Yeah.
There was a jersey pull like that, but so the only other thing I thought it could be was maybe a face mask on the stiff arm, which you generally don't see too much of. He wasn't yanking and pulling on it. He just was, having a strong arm there. Bearcats going to take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 26. First play is going to be a Max Holler run up the middle. Breaks the first tackle, picks up a block from Mish Harris, and this is going to go 30, 20, 10. You're not catching Max Holler. One play, 75-yard answer for the Bearcats.
Okay.
Max Holler broke a tackle, picked up a huge block from Ish Harris, and there it is. There's your answer.
Yeah, I see some new life being breathed in these Bearcats, man. They look fired up now.
Yeah, this may be a shootout.
Yeah.
I feel better about the Bearcats defense making a stop than what I've seen from the Mustang defense so far, though. Mustang hadn't even really been close to making a stop. No. We did. We just bailed them out with a penalty.
Right there.
Man, what a play. 74 yards there. Chandler Cabinet score and drive summary is going to be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Mixed Italian PAT. Snap, hold, kick is up. And this one flutters a little bit, but it's good. And this is my point of not chasing points early. 14-14 here with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
There's no reason to panic. We got ourselves a good ball game tonight.
I was telling my dad on the way out here, the Pop Point just really hadn't played any games that you left, and you said, man, that was a good football game. Like, a lot of blowouts, both sides, mostly on our end, or 1 or 2 on the other end. And then, so this is going to be one of those that are real good. Let's get a quick commercial real quick, and we'll come back for the kickoff here after this.
Hi, I'm Greg Pelzel. Here at Pelzel Printing, we do custom embroidery, custom screen printing, and promotional product. You can reach Greg Pelzel at 940-453-5443. Go Bearcats.
I'm Miguel Prieto, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're back here, so 3 minutes to go. Let's go to a Travis Ira Cowtown scoreboard real quick.
Yes, sir. So we got Bushland beating Wall right now. Ryan, it's 7-0. Jim Ned is up on Dalhart. Jim Ned's number 6 in state. They're up 7-0. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. And Grandview, number 2 in state, is up 14-0 over Tatum.
Kickoff's going to be deep, fielded at the 10-yard line. And it's going to be the fake reverse, number 1 on the return. He's going to get to the 20. Tristan Trubenbach can't bring him down immediately. A block in the back there that they are going to get. Preston Webb drew a block in the back at the 30. So that's a good return, but this is the second consecutive return for the Mustangs. They get a block in the back.
Yeah, it's going to be negated, that's for sure.
I've never understood blocking the back. Like, you know that's his back.
Just let it go.
Shout out to the chat. Sending some people from some different areas, and yes, that touchdown run was very exciting. You see that Max Holler ducked the shoulder, ran over a man, got a block, and took it 74 yards to the house. That was a tough run there.
It really was.
Got a little nervous. I called it. I said he was going to go, and then number 1, Caleb Batson came up, but they're not going to catch Max out in the field like that. They didn't. They didn't even come close. It wasn't even They didn't even have a chance to dive at the end to stop him.
Max actually let off the gas pedal the last 5 yards, it looked like.
Kind of angled it in, too, a little. But here we go. Bearcats going to have another opportunity to make a stop. This time the Mustangs, 2 backs back there with Max Townsend, 1 receiver left, 2 tight ends. Snap's going to be a sweep to the right. And, it's going to be a gang of Bearcats going to make the tackle at about the 28. It's about an 8-yard carry there. Not a whole lot of Bearcats getting driven back or anything, but it's not getting off their blocks right there early enough to make a quick tackle.
Yeah, I'd like to see us do a better job of setting the edge.
Yeah, we've done it really well a few times. On the jet sweep, I think these ends know it's coming. But that one was a little tougher. Aiden Cox didn't quite get there, but all in all,
you're right. If they go with Caleb Batson on that jet sweep, Aiden Cox has had that bottled up a few times.
Yeah, here we go. This is going to be a rollout right. Back's going to carry this all the way. Nowhere to go. Jay Cox, TK, Tristan Trubenbach, big number 70, all in there immediately, really. Ryan Riney gets in there, like I said, number 70, and that's going to be no gain on the 2nd and 2. 3rd and 2 here coming for the Mustangs. I feel good about the Bearcat defense. I feel better about what I've seen from the Bearcat defense and what I've seen from the Mustang defense so far. But at the end of the day, both offenses scored both times they've had the ball.
Yeah, they're both efficient as far as the scoreboard goes. It seems like Shallowater's having to exert more energy to get in the end zone than we have been.
Shallowater really getting their calls. Taking the play clock down inside 5 seconds. It looks like they're just going to have to call a timeout here and figure out what they want to do. So minute 37 left in the first quarter. That's the first uppercut granted timeout for the Mustangs. And with that, let's get a quick word, and we'll come back for the 3rd and 2.
Point Bank is proud to support the Pilot Point Bearcats 2020 football season. Open your real free checking account with Point Bank and show your Bearcat pride with a Point Bank school logo debit card, custom designed with the Pilot Point High School logo on the front. Visit pointbank.com to know more. Point Bank, your neighbors love us. You will too. Member FDIC.
I'm Claire Thompson, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Big opportunity for the Bearcat defense here at the Mustang 27-yard line, needing to get to the 29.5, 30-yard line. This is a big opportunity for the Bearcat defense. They can get a tackle for loss here. They can make the Mustangs think about it. I'd look if I was Shallowater. If they want to run the ball, I would run that kind of counter where they come back right up the middle with the quarterback, Bax Townsend. That's been the only play that's really had any success for them.
Got to watch the hard count here, boys.
Yeah. Trips right for the Mustangs. Everybody's loaded right. 1 tight end on the backside. Oh, they're going to go quick, and they're going to power it right up the middle with the quarterback. He's going to be tripped up, but not until he gets past the 30. Ryan Riney tried to reach out and get his hand on him, and ultimately I think tripped him up, but he was...
Yeah, he did. I mean, it was a great job by Ryan Riney. I mean, he was getting blocked. He still got a paw on Bax and tripped him up.
Yeah, he was in a battle there with number 54, Sergio Azarte, and that was a battle there in interior line play there. So bunch right, 1 running back to the left, 1 tight end left for the Mustangs here. 1st and 10 at their own 32. Motion right to left. It's going to be a jet sweep, and there's no one there to set the edge. Oh, but they turn him back inside somehow. I don't know about Why did he turn back
I don't know.
inside?
It looked like he had the edge if he wanted it, but
he had the sideline. He wasn't going to take it to the house, but it looked like he was going to get 15-plus yards out of it, tried to cut it up, and only got 7.
Hesitated, waited for his blocker to get in front of him, and then we had a host of Bearcats in pursuit, but it looked like he could have had at least 10 more yards if he went straight to the sideline on the far side.
Yeah, there was they had everybody on this side, so there was no one there to really set an edge, and they took advantage of it. But only 7 yards there. Could have went for more, I feel. So here we are, 2nd and 7 here for the Mustangs. Trips right, running back to Townsend's left, and I'm assuming they have a tight end over there as well. And this is going to be a power right up the middle, and a couple Bearcats going to jump on the running back's back. 7, Keegan Campbell, but I think he's going to get just enough to the line to gain. That's a tough run for a kid who's really not that big there. And a couple big guys on his back, and he just kept turning his legs and got just enough for the line to gain. 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line for the Mustangs. And so at the end of one quarter, it is Bearcats 14, Mustangs 14. We're going to go to a commercial break and come back on the other side for the second quarter.
Connect your life to the world with Speed of Light Broadband. In the age of information, the internet is no longer a convenience or luxury. It is an essential element of the human experience. The internet has changed the way we think about and interact with the world. At Speed of Light Broadband, we unite communities to this universe of information through fixed, high-speed wireless broadband connections. Speed of Light Broadband's internet service is faster and more reliable than DSL or satellite connections. Speed of Light Broadband. We bring your home and your community into the digital future.
I'm Troy Tincher, number 2, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Another shout out to Speed of Light Broadband, this title sponsor for Bearcat football this year. Couldn't have done it without them, getting Massey Stadium hooked up to fit our needs. And here we go, come out on the other side. This is going to be Ernesto's Mexican second quarter. Bearcats 14, Mustangs 14. Mustangs have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Well, that was a fun first quarter.
Announced that the girls are going to run a state cross-country meet on Monday. Talked to Coach Price about that this year at halftime of homecoming. They seem pretty excited about the group he had. So everybody,
They've had a great season.
Girls cross-country are going to run at the state meet on Monday. Exciting for them. Motion right to left for the Mustangs. It's going to be a rollout left, looking to throw. Going to get the ball into the flats. Number 22, a good delivered ball. Looks like Ish Harris and TK there to force number 22, Mason Eaker, out of bounds. And it's only going to be about 4 yards. But that was a good delivered football from Bax Townsend there.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball well. That was a strike.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2nd and 6 at their own 46-yard line.
I imagine they're going to go back to that tight end seam route at some point.
Yeah, they got it. Or, hey, they've only challenged us deep one time and it was worked. I'm surprised I hadn't seen them at least test it again, but here they go. 2 backs with Bax Townsend. Going to take the snap. He's going to hand off to number 7, who is going to get the edge, try to cut it up. He does. Avery Smith forces him inside, so Jay Cox can get there to make the tackle along with 12, Max Holler. Looks like Ish is complaining. You can see this holding him a little, but I don't know.
Yeah, man, I just saw a great block by number 2, Hayes Pierce, the senior fullback, outside linebacker. Man, he was all over TK on that one.
So 1st and 10 into Bearcat territory. Bearcat 38-yard line. Bearcats needing to cause some chaos here on defense, getting lined up. Don't fall for the hard count. Mustangs looking over to get the call. A little bit more discipline up front from the Bearcats here.
It looks like we've adjusted since the first drive or so on the hard count, which is a good sign because we're going to have to stay disciplined in this game.
Bax is going to run quarterback power to the right side. He's going to tiptoe, and TK can't bring him down. Aiden Cox does. 9 yards there on the carry. See a lot of shoulders. We're wanting to hit the quarterback hard. I think right now, more importantly, let's wrap him up. I think we could have had him down after 6, but ultimately he gets 9.
Yeah, and we maybe have a QB change real quick here. So he's tapping the helmet, so we got a new quarterback, right?
Yeah, he's off on his own power. Looked like, I'm not going to speculate, it looked like he may have got a hit in the jump, though. That's what we'll see. Got off under his own power, didn't need to stop the game, so here we go.
Number 6? Is that
number
6?
8. Number 8, he's a lefty. Brecken Ramos.
He's a senior.
Yeah, he's a lefty. He's going to take the snap, hand off to number 7, King Campbell up the middle. He tough running, kept his feet running, and ultimately he's going to get about 4 yards on the carry.
So made by number 27, Curly Brockman.
They just made it. Well, I don't think that's Curly out there. We got a number 27.
Oh, yep, it might be.
You know,
no, it's a white hat.
Yeah, it's a white hat, so I think that has to be Cale Martin.
Yeah, it's
but he does look a lot like Curly if you look at him. That might be Curly out there.
It's his clone.
Snap, handoff, right to left, number 7. He's going to get the edge. Oh, there's a flag. It's going to be an advanced vet care penalty flag. And come back at the line of scrimmage. I hope that's going to be a hold.
Nice tackle by Ish Harris on the corner there.
Looks like they're going to call it on the Mustangs there, I think. That advanced vet care penalty is going to be on the Mustangs, a hold, and that's going to cost them 10 yards.
It's going to be interesting to see if they trust this new quarterback, Breckenridge Ramos, to put it in the air or not. You know, he wasn't expecting to play quarterback this drive, Ron.
Always got to stay ready, though, but yeah. I saw him pregame. I thought he looked pretty solid. He looked sharp. I don't know what his running capabilities are, but he looked like he could at the very least throw the ball well.
I think they're going to try to get number 1 involved here somehow.
And he's a lefty, too, so that's kind of odd. But they have trips right here. Keaton Campbell, the lone back there with Breck
Ramos.
Gonna take quarterback draw for Ramos. Curly Brockman grabs him around the ankle, makes the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and 9 here for the Mustangs. Breck Ramos. I like the name Breck, considering we're in Breckenridge.
Yep, good name for the night, isn't it?
But you know what, John? Here we go. Third and 10 here. Probably if we're gonna see him throw the ball, this is where we're gonna see him throw the ball. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I think
they don't have a kicking game.
I think they're in 4-down territory.
Scouting report on the kicker is he was about 20 yards is about where he was good from. So trips right, one receiver, number 1, Caleb Batson down here one-on-one with Ish Harris. I feel good about that matchup. And this is going to be a pass. They're going to look at Brick. Oh, they did look at Caleb Batson. Ish Harris took an inside route. So if that ball was thrown on target, Ish probably catches it, I think. He tried to undercut that.
Yeah, and Caleb Batson made a heck of an effort.
He did lay out.
Got the left paw on it, but he just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, Ish Harris definitely tried to jump that risky move there for a 3rd and 10. But, hey, ultimately incomplete, so it's going to be 4th and 10 here. That was a pretty well-thrown football, just a little bit over, but...
You're right, 27 is Curly.
We got confirmation. Curly's out there. Here we go, 4th and 10. They're going for it. Bunch right, one receiver down on the left. Motion right to left. Roll out pass to the right. Pressure. Throwing it deep, and it's caught, but there's a flag in the backfield. We're going to see what the advanced vet care penalty is, but if it's on the Bearcats, that's going to be Mason Eaker on the touchdown. We'll see what the advanced vet care penalty is back here on the 30. Another hold on the Mustangs going to negate a 28-yard touchdown pass, and it's now going to make it 4th and 19. So they can give this another shot if they want to.
I think they will.
I don't know who held. The Bearcats had 3 men hit the quarterback when he threw it, but somebody held. Good. Bearcats got bailed out there.
They weren't holding enough, were they?
No, they sure weren't.
So we had guys converging on the QB.
Yeah. Well, here we go. They're going to have to do something. Let's see what they want to do here. It is going to be 4th and 19 at their own 38-yard line. Bearcats got beat there again. That was Mason Eaker, number 22. That's who my buddy Kyle McCullough said he thought was their best receiver. But here we go. Roll out left to the lefty. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw deep. Ish Harris one-on-one in the end zone. Ish Harris got his hand in there.
Right hand in there.
That was a perfect thrown ball. It looked like number 1, Caleb Batson, he thought he was open. Ball falls right in the bread basket, but right before it gets into his hand, Ish Harris gets his hand in there and knocks it down. And that's a Twin City turnover on downs there for the Bearcats.
That was huge. And, man, that was a well-delivered ball, and Ish was chasing the play. He had to read the wide receivers, gestures and eyes, hand in there right at the right moment to knock that ball out.
And it never hit Batson's hands, I don't think. I think as it was falling right in the bread basket, hand gets in there and knocks the ball away. So the Bearcats defense gets their first stop of the game. Let's see how the offense can respond to that.
Go from our booth here.
We have to walk out the door to really see that corner of the end zone. Here we go. Bearcats looking to answer. They get their first defensive stop, have a chance to take their first lead of the area round of the playoffs. Max Haller, Ish Harris the backfield. Trips left. Aiden Cox the one tight end right. Ish Harris motions out. Quarterback power up the middle. Max was a bit patient, saw the hole and hit it, and he's going to get from the 38 to the 42. 4 yards there on first down.
Yeah, like I said, it was nice, patient, intelligent running by Max. Just got as much as he could out of that 4-yard gain. We motioned to Ish to this near sideline to try to get guys out of the box there for Max.
We've got Ish and Max in the backfield. Avery Smith down on the right-hand side of the offense. It's going to be thrown out in the flat to Jay Cox. Nobody was there. Ashton Kirby trying to block.
Great block.
Does good enough for Jay to get the first down, plus more across the 50 to the 45. Jay Cox out there, nobody on top of him. They just throw the little swing screen to him. Ashton was out there really working, picking up a block, allows the Bearcats to get an Irish real estate first down.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to get Jay involved on offense. He's another one of those guys that seems to get better game after game.
Trips left for the Bearcats. Holler takes a snap, hands off to Ish Harris. Ish Harris finds a hole.
Okay, Ish.
Went to run over the safety. The safety gave him the old bullfighter where he just moved right out of his way, and Ish's forward momentum carried him right down to the ground.
I think he got a little bit of his thigh, but man, Ish was ready to use a truck move, and their safety, number 19, just took the lowest angle he could.
Brett Hall saw what Aiden Cox did earlier in the game and didn't want any part of that himself.
Didn't want to replay of that.
Low snap, Max Haller takes it. He's going to try to just run it right at the middle, maybe 1 yard. Looked like a design quarterback run, but Matt kind of dribbled back there to him.
Yeah, and their outside linebacker, Major McCulley, he was coming in hot off that far side, and that made a real nice tackle on Max's legs.
Yeah, number 19 gave Ish the old bullfighter, man, just olayed right out of his way.
I don't know if he saw that Paradise film or not, but he didn't want to take that route.
Max Haller rolls out right, looking to pass. Still looking downfield, has nobody. He's just going to sail it into the corner of the end zone. He gave Avery Smith a chance to get there, but that was really just a throwaway.
Yeah, it was good coverage by Shallowater downfield. Max really didn't have much to choose from. He couldn't set his feet.
3rd and 9 from the Mustang 29-yard line. Need about 5-6 yards if you want to go for a field goal here. No wind really to speak of.
I like big play Jay on this.
I like getting the pocket moving with Max Haller and letting him make a decision. But they're going to put him under center here.
A little RPO action.
This is going to be drop back. Little screen play. Ish Harris catches it. Going to have some space.
Wow.
Cuts inside, dug down inside the 15. What a smart, perfect time for the screen by Coach Peacock calling that up there. Max Haller delivers it over the defenders. Ish Harris has to jump and catch it. Comes down. Had some hogs out there blocking. Gets the first down.
Aiden Cox had a great block downfield as well. He flattened the guy for Ish.
Irish real estate first down inside the Point Bank red zone. Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11.
That was a great play call.
It was perfect timing. Max Haller, it's going to be a quarterback run to the left. And he's going to get drugged down inside about the 5-yard line. So it's going to be 6 yards on the carry. It's not 2nd and goal here, but the line to gain for a first down looks to be just inside the 2. So 2nd and 4 here for the Bearcats. Max Haller's going to come up the line under center. Ish Harris, the lone running back right behind him. And they're going to quarterback sneak this. Ooh. And I think they're going to get a pre-snap motion there. Ish looked like he was leaning.
He was leaning forward.
Yep, illegal motion, advanced vet care penalty hospital on the Bearcats there. Ish just didn't sink into a stance enough. He knew he was going to come push Max, and he got a little bit of a head start.
Yeah, he did. And this is not an area of the field where we want to stall out. You got to punch it in when you're inside that red zone.
2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 for the Bearcats here. In the shotgun. Max Haller's going to be next to Ish Harris. Trips left. Aiden Cox, the tight end on the wide side of the field. Trips into the boundary. Motion left to right. It's a jet sweep. Jay Cox going to cut inside, get inside to about the 5-yard line.
Another penalty.
Another penalty.
That one came in late.
I didn't see any Bearcats blocking. Hands to the face on the Mustangs. Going to give the Bearcats an automatic first down, and it'll be 1st and goal with that penalty.
Yeah, and The home team, Shallowater Mustang fans are getting impatient with this referee.
Yeah, they're letting the refs here have a call, yeah.
Aren't they?
Mr. Nesto's second quarter is going pretty quick, a lot quicker in the first quarter. 5:37 left in the quarter, and the clock is rolling at the whistle here. Ball on the right hash. Bearcats. The Lions ready to go, but there are no skill position players behind them. I thought a trick play was coming. Eye right formation, quarterback sneak. I could have told you that was coming. And we'll see what they're going to mark it down at about the 1. They're not going to get it. Shallowater's seen the film. This is the first team that's really stopped or even slowed down that quarterback sneak. So props to them. But it's still going to be second and goal inside the Point Bank red zone.
Yeah, we still got a great opportunity right here in front of us.
Yep, here we go.
Taking our time getting the play in.
Two receivers split way out left for the Bearcats. I left formation. The Jay Cox is the fullback. And they stuffed the quarterback sneak so hard that Max Holler got pushed backwards, but then bounced out to the left-hand side in for the Pels-inflicted touchdown. 4:40 left in the Nesto second quarter. Bearcats take the first lead of the area round of the playoffs here.
Play that horn over there. We'd love to hear it.
Swinging gate, hadn't ran a play out of the swinging gate in a while, and they're not going to here. They're going to swing the gate, kick the mixed Italian PAT here. Hey, got your first stop of the game and answer that with a touchdown.
You're being accused of trying to call all the plays, right? I got to do a better job of that.
Snap. Hold, the kick is up. A little bit of penetration there from the Mustangs, but not enough to knock old Joel Gamser off his mark.
It's 3 for 3.
Yep, the next Italian PAT is good. 4:40 left in the Nesto second quarter. Bearcats 21, Mustangs 14. We'll be back after this.
Junkies has been home of the Bearcats since 1973. Whether you are looking for a classic crew cut or the perfect game day outfit, we have you covered. We carry a few fan favorite brands including Hey Dude Shoes, Judy Blue Jeans, Z Supply Clothing, and Orleans Candle Company. Come check us out on the north side of the square in downtown Paula Point or online at www.southernjunkies.com, and that is junkies with a Z. And don't forget, go Bearcats!
Hey Bearcat fans, it's varsity cheerleader Abby Walker, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com. Go Bearcats!
And we're back right after the Bearcats take the first lead of the game. Here's the Chandler Cabinet Screen Drive Summary.
15 plays, 62 yards, took 4 minutes off the clock, punctuated by Max's quarterback sneak. It didn't go exactly as planned, but he bounced out to the left and stuck it in the end zone.
Big play back in 08 when we beat Gunner in the second round of the playoffs. As we ran a play just like that. Seth Tilley got stuffed, but he found a little hole out the right side. Next thing you know, the defense turned around and watch him running down the field.
Yeah. Some of your teammates, I think, are trying to razz you on the chat.
Ball's teed up. Ganser kicks it, fielded at the 8. Fake the reverse, so this is going to be Cox on the return.
Got some room here.
A little bit of space. Diego Alejos came inside a block, and they're going to get him out of bounds at the 40. Good return, 30-yard return there on the Trent Trubenbach kickoff return by number 30. I believe that is Caleb Cox there.
Tristan Trubenbach, number 14 for us. Ironically, laid a big hit on him there. Like that tackle.
First and 10 Mustang.
Well, Mustang's going to have to now. They're on their first opportunity to try to come back from being down. I don't know if they've been trailing, what the numbers are, and if they've trailed at all this year. But they've been in a lot of games that hadn't been close.
Yeah. Only one of note that I know was Denver City came back by 30 points and almost beat them.
Sweep left, set the edge well, but number 7. It's Keegan Campbell bounced it all around the set edge, and he's going to get about 2 yards on the carry. So it's going to be second, and they're going to give him 3 yards. Second and 7 at their own 43-yard line for the Mustangs. It's just so weird seeing a kid out there in an area around the playoff game wearing a different jersey, Alex Puga.
I know, in a different helmet.
He's
going with
playing
the white helmet.
He's playing DT right now.
I thought he deserved the number and the stripes on the helmet last week. I thought he'd come out tonight with the varsity helmet on.
Well, this is going to be a handoff. Number 7, King Campbell, get up the middle. Going to have some space. Jump cuts out to right. Aiden Cox going to bring him down from behind. It's going to be a first down across midfield. The Bearcat 46. Just to note, quarterback Bax Townsend is back in the game. He's been back to this drive making those handoffs. Shaking up on the last drive, came out, couldn't finish it. Was replaced by Breck. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was Breck, number 8.
Ramos.
Brecken Ramos, who actually delivered a few good throws. Ish Harris saved the touchdown. Ish Harris's right hand saved the touchdown.
Yeah, it sure did.
Well, 1st and 10 from the Bearcat 46-yard line. Handoff up to Campbell again up the middle, and he's going to be tripped up in the backfield by Troy Tincher. The Mustangs want a late flag, but Troy Tincher didn't. There wasn't a whistle. Troy Tincher didn't even see that he made the tackle before he drove the offensive lineman a little further into the ground.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little unjust that they want that penalty.
It would have been different if there was a whistle blown.
Yeah, there was no whistle, and Tincher's head, he didn't even know he made the tackle there. So Mustang coaches are pretty upset about it, but I felt like it was not even a homer call. I felt like it was right. There was no whistle. Didn't even know he made the tackle. Especially with what the Mustangs offensive linemen were doing to our defensive linemen when they're on the ground. It's going to be a sweep left. Campbell again. Jade Cox, Max Haller make the tackle. Troy Tincher got back there again, caused some penetration.
Him and 54 are having some battles here out here tonight.
So that's one that you feel like you won as an offensive lineman because you ended up on top. I don't think it counts as a win when you were 4 yards in your backfield.
Exactly.
So he ended up on top, 4 yards in the backfield. So that's not a win if you're an offensive lineman. Brad Patterson and I one time.
That probably happened to Nordy. Never happened to you, though, I bet.
Brad Patterson and I one time drove a guy 25 yards down the field. They made the tackle. We ran for 27 yards. So the guy accused us of being in our own backfield. Mustangs are going to call a timeout here for this 3rd and 6. That was real confusing being 26 yards downfield being accused of being in our backfield. All right. Minute 55 left in the first half. Going to have looks to be 3rd and 5 here from the Bearcat 41-yard line. It's getting some chippiness up front in the trenches here.
It really is. Both teams they're fighting. They know this one matters more. Somebody's season's going to be over at the end of the night.
Big possession here for the Mustangs, considering the Bearcats get the ball to come out in the second half.
Right, I want to mention don't miss the 1A through 4A UIL football state championships this December. For more information, visit uiltexas.org.
Man, this is exciting. This is shaping up to be a good football game. One of the first ones we got to really call this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Every play seems to mean more in this one tonight.
Good atmosphere here. We're 145 miles from Pilot Point. I'm sure we're probably more than 145 miles from Shallowater. Plenty of people here in the stands making some noise. And we got a big 3rd and 5 here for the Mustangs. Minute 55 left. Laura Bradley scoreboard check. Bearcats 21, Mustangs 14. That trips left for the Mustangs. Keegan Campbell in the backfield with Bax Townsend. Bearcats, okay.
Looks like we got Shallowater that time.
Yep, false start on the Mustangs there. Hard count got them. The Bearcats, there was some motion from the Bearcat defensive lineman with the hard count, but nobody came out of their stance or crossed the line of scrimmage. So with the flinch from the Mustangs, that advanced vet care penalty is going to be on the Mustangs, and it's going to make a 3rd and 5 and a 3rd and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, watch for these guys down the seams right here.
They got us on it twice. One was a big play. The other one was a big play touchdown that we got bailed out on a hole.
Yeah, it looks like Aston's giving some cushion.
Bax is going to be pressured here. Steps up, sack! Aiden Cox forces the sack, and if he didn't get it, you had Troy Tincher coming hard. You had 77 Jacob Scott coming hard. I don't think he had a chance to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, it looked like Aiden Cox really made that happen.
Bearcats are going to use their second uppercut granted timeout, and that's pretty smart here because it's going to be 4th and 18.
They certainly have to think about punting.
Oh, I don't think this time. I don't think you can.
Yeah, they got it.
They've got the ball 4th and 18 at their own 46 with a minute 39. If you don't punt here and you don't get it, Bearcats have a timeout left.
If they don't punt here, they don't have a very good punter. Yeah, they don't have any faith in him.
If you have a kid with a leg, and I don't mean
you got to punt it.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
If you can physically execute the punt, but a lot of weird things in high school football. You may have a kid who can punt the ball, okay, but you have a kid who can snap it 10, 15 yards.
They got to execute the entire play, right?
Yeah, you think back early in the season, I think it was against Gunner. Pilot Point tried to punt the ball out of shotgun and ended up kicking one of their own players in the back of the helmet, bouncing backwards. Just, take deep snappers as a luxury sometimes, and you don't understand how important that they can be over the course of a game. A different group of kids coming out here. Number 12 back deep. That's Breck Moyers for the Mustangs. They are in a pump formation, so I'd be ready for anything if I was the Bearcats. Got TK and Ashton Kirby back deep to return.
He is listed as a quarterback.
Snap. He's going to field it, and he's going to punt the ball. And it's right down the middle. A little confusion on who's going to field it. Ashton Kirby fields it on a hop. And he picks up a couple blocks. 15. Going to bounce it around and get up to about the 20. Clean blocks there. No penalties thrown. Bearcats are going to have a minute 26 with a timeout. There is a flag on the play. PA announcer calls. I don't see it on the turf.
I think it was down where they punted, apparently.
Yeah, because I was looking at, thought it might be a block in the back, but I would have been upset if it was, because it wasn't a block in the back.
He turned. It looked like it was close on 44, but that was not a block in the back.
I didn't see the call because I was looking for the flag itself.
Well, he's talking to Coach Danny Davis.
Coach David has the opportunity
to decline it.
Referees are going to get together and confer on that advanced vet care penalty hospital.
That would indicate it's on Shallowater.
I would imagine.
Ryan, real quick on the Travis Hyrek out of town scoreboard. Bushland's up on Wall 14-7 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Jim Ned is up 17-0 over Del Hart. And of course, yesterday Brock beat Denver City 69-34.
I have no idea what the call was, but it's marked off 10 yards by the Bearcats. Unless it was a hold on the return somewhere up at the line of scrimmage.
Why was he talking to Coach David about it for so long?
I have no idea, but now this kind of changes things for the Bearcats offense. Hello.
Yeah, I think we're going to give it to Ish and see if we can get out of this.
Yeah, got the ball at our own 5-yard line.
More room here out of the end zone.
1st and 10 at our own 5.
We're backed up against
Take the snap. It's going to be a quarterback power left side. You're going to use Ish as a lead blocker. Max Haller's going to break the first man. He's going to get out to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 2 or 3 yards. We're going to run the clock. In this situation, I'd like to get out of here. We have the ball to start the second half. At the 20, let's try to make a big play or something. At your own 5,
Got to play a little bit smarter. Clock's still running. We're down under a minute now.
Play clock just started, so this would be the last play if we want it to be. Well, we snapped a little too early for that. So Ish Harris going to get the handoff. He's going to bounce out the right side. Safety needs to come and make a tackle. He slows him down enough for a man to come up behind him. 44 came from behind Ish. Major McCauley, what a name. He comes up and makes a tackle. But it's going to be a 3rd and 1 for the Bearcats.
He's a player on that defense.
They are going to have to run a play. The play clock is 1 second different than the game clock. So the Bearcats are going to have to run one play. They have a timeout. I'd run the play early. Break it big, see what happens.
Never know.
Max Hall's going to take the snap. He's going to look to pass. Those is Jay Cox in the flat. Defense trying to get out there. They ultimately do bring him down. There's a flag. It may be a face mask on the Mustangs, which will give the Bearcats, still too far to do anything.
Yeah, with 10 seconds left.
Advanced vet care hospital penalty. That was going to be a face mask on the Mustangs. We'll march them off 15 yards. Give the Bearcats 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. 10 seconds left. I wouldn't take a knee. I'd run a play. Crazier things have happened.
Ish can break one.
With Ish's versatility and Max's speed, you have a chance to break one big. Bearcats are going to use their last uppercut granted timeout. Give everybody a chance to get together. Both sides. 10 seconds left in the Ernesto's Mexican second quarter. It's been an excellent first half of football.
Heck of a game so far.
Clean on both sides. A few penalties, good amount of penalties, decent amount of penalties on both sides.
Right.
The one that killed the Bearcats, and the whole reason this isn't a 21-7
game. Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike, yeah, because this could be a 21-7 ball game with the Bearcats getting the ball to start the second half. So at halftime, we're going to have some commercials, and then we'll come back for a hometown pharmacy halftime show with some stats and analysis. get you set up for the second half. But that'll come after, I imagine this will probably be the last play. Got empty backfield with Max Holler. Got the Mustangs going to send Keegan Campbell way deep. He's about 30 yards off the line of scrimmage, kind of all alone there. Just playing the epitome of a safety,
think?
right?
Quarterback draw here?
Oh, I would think so. Or maybe something out in the flats. Quarterback draw up the middle. Max Holler's dangerous, gets a block. They get up across the 40 to the 45-yard line. So it's a 15-yard carry. And that's going to take us into half. The clock stopped because the chains are moving. Clock is rolling. That's going to be the end of the first half. Bearcats 21, Mustangs 7. When we come back to the Hometown Farmers halftime show, in the second half, the Bearcats get the ball to start the half.
"2020 has been a roller coaster of a year, but there's one thing I know that brings Pilot Point together better than anything, and that's Bearcat football and high school sports. Hi, I'm Realtor Travis Irick with Irick Real Estate. My family has lived in Pilot Point for over 100 years, so we know the area and love the community. If you have any real estate needs, please contact me or find me on Facebook. I look forward to working with you. Go Bearcats!
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Texas. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Texas did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Justice Creek Art Studio, located on the north side of the Pilot Point Square, is the newest way to let your creativity flow. The owner, Sheila, a teacher of 15 years, can help you and your family's imagination roam free. Justice Creek Art Studio offers both adult and kids classes, in-studio pottery painting, private events, and even art-to-go kits for when you're on the go. Coming from an amateur artist, Sheila made the experience fun and easy. Classes book quick, so run on over to www.justicecreekartstudio.net to find the class for you, or swing on into the studio and meet our favorite artist yourself.
Hi, I'm Chance Kirby, the broker at Irick Real Estate. For 68 years, Irick Real Estate has been serving Pilot Point and the North Central Texas area. At Irick Real Estate, we understand that each client has their own unique needs. That is why we have 8 realtors on staff to meet those needs. Be it buying or selling, residential, commercial, or farm and ranch, we have a realtor ready to work with you. Don't let just anyone handle the single largest investment that your family may ever make. Trust that process to a local office that knows the area and will handle your transaction ethically and responsibly. You can find Irick Real Estate at pilotpoint.com or feel free to call me directly at 940-300-6900. Irick Real Estate, serving the area since 1952. Russell Pelzel with Hometown Pharmacy has built a reputation on providing only excellent service and support to the Pilot Point community. You can depend on Hometown Pharmacy to deliver the best customer service along with a selection of quality healthcare products. When you use Hometown Pharmacy, you will work with a knowledgeable and understanding staff who will help you find the right products and solutions tailored to fit your lifestyle, as well as equipment that will integrate into your daily life. Contact Hometown Pharmacy at 940-686-0123. Since 1983, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency has been covering the insurance needs of Pilot Point. Regardless of what that need may be, they have you covered, offering homeowners, auto, life, farm and ranch, and commercial. Give them a call at 940-686-2692. That's Germania Insurance, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency, located just north of the town square at 211 Scott Lane in Pilot Point, Texas. Scott Walker Insurance Agency, always there to help.
We want to wish our varsity cheerleader, Abby, a great senior year. Love Mom, Dad, and Michael.
Established in 2004, Ernesto's Fine Mexican Food has continued preserving its original home-style cooking and hospitable touch. Ernesto's family has roots in Mexico as well as Texas ties. Relying on those roots, Ernesto created his unique menu. Offering a variety of Tex-Mex favorites as well as Mexican specialties, Ernesto's won't let you down. So join them for home cooking, or as they say, Comida Cesar, in family-style service. Located at 10279 Farm Market 455 East, Suite 100, or at the corner of 455 and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. They look forward to seeing you, and go Bearcat.
Hey Bearcat fans, living in North Texas, you know all about bad weather. When bad weather does strike, look no further than James Floyd's Custom Roofing and Construction. Custom Roofing and Construction has built their business off of quality work and customer referrals. Let their friendly and knowledgeable staff ensure the project runs smoothly from start to finish. You can visit Custom Roofing and Construction on their website, customroofingdallas.com, or give them a call at 214-274-8353. Located in Pilot Point, Texas, the Chandler family has been making custom cabinets for over 40 years. As a team, Chandler Cabinets is committed to designing and building the perfect cabinets for you. They will make the process comfortable and stress-free by personally guaranteeing a superior product built on the standard of superior craftsmanship and immaculate customer satisfaction. From concept to completion, perfect form and function. Chandler Cabinets is an award-winning company with a reputation for consistent innovation at the highest level of design. You can find more information on Chandler Cabinets at chandlercabinets.net or on their Facebook page, Chandler Cabinets. Chandler Cabinets, 40 years of excellence. Bott Family Dentistry, located at 1223 South Washington Street in Pilot Point, is the area's first choice in dental care. Dr. Bott offers a full range of dental services for the entire family. His state-of-the-art office, equipped with the most current dental technology, including digital radiographs, digital records, and intraoral camera utilization, allows him to provide the best treatment options available today. Call 940-686-2535 to schedule your appointment. That is Bott Family Dentistry, Pilot Point's first choice in dental care.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Texas. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital, Pilot Point, has been caring for animals around the Pilot Point area for the past 30 years. Large and small pets can expect a quality experience unmatched by other clinics. Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital of Pilot Point offers all the services you'd expect from your veterinarian. They provide preventative care, which includes vaccinations, flea, tick, and heartworm prevention. They also provide sick animal care, surgical, and dental needs with their full-service lineup. Good luck to the Bearcats this season from Advanced Care Veterinary Hospital in Pilot Point, where pets are family.
I'm Coach Danny David, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
For the best Mexican food experience, visit Uncle Beto's Mexican Restaurant on the corner of Liberty Street and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. Uncle Beto's offers the freshest and most authentic flavors that you can only find in the best Mexican cuisine. Dine in, or if you prefer curbside service, call Uncle Beto's at 940-686-0143 and order your food to go. Be sure to make Uncle Beto's a part of your game night routine, either before the game or up until 10 p.m. on game night. Uncle Beto's is ready to serve all you hungry football fans. Uncle Beto's is a family-owned and operated business proudly supporting the Pilot Point Bearcats.
Hi, I'm Laura Bradley with Irick Real Estate here in Pilot Point. Growing up and living in this area my whole life allows me to have the expertise that is needed to better serve clients in this area. As a top producing agent with over 15 years of real estate experience, I believe in being a dedicated, hard-working realtor who strives to put clients first. It's about building relationships, not closing transactions. Feel free to call or text for all your real estate needs at 940-390-3911, or you can visit my website at southernlifeliving.com. When experience counts, call Laura, your local Irick Real Estate agent.
I'm Rindy Garrett, a varsity cheerleader, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Enjoy that old-time country feel of the Martin General Store, located in downtown Pilot Point on the historic Pilot Point Square. The best way to describe the general store is it has a little bit of everything, from circle-y candles to specialty jams, dressings, sauces, home decor, kitchen decor, goat's milk soap, jewelry, a large assortment of old-time candy, nostalgic toys and books, pet toys and treats, greeting cards and gift wrap. She also serves cold drinks, and last but not least, Beth Marie's ice cream. That's Martin General Store, a little bit of everything.
If you needed brain surgery, would you hire a part-time brain surgeon? No, you would not. The same philosophy holds true when hiring a realtor. Trent Trudenbach with Scribner Real Estate is a full-time realtor. Trent will treat your real estate transaction as it should be. The most important financial decision your family has ever made. Don't settle for a part-time realtor to do a full-time job. Call Trent Trudenbach with Scribner Real Estate today and hire a full-time real estate professional. That's Trent Trudenbach with Scribner Real Estate at 469-583-5072. Trent Trudenbach, the full-time realtor.
I'm Pilot Point Cross Country, Edwin Rodriguez, and you're listening to Bearcats Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Tritex Grass is DFW's first choice for landscapers, golf courses, sports venues, as well as residential and commercial clients by providing and installing high-quality turf grasses. Tritex stays on the cutting edge of technology and production in order to provide you with the best new grass varieties to suit the North Texas climate. With farms located throughout the state, Tritex offers multiple types of turf and grass to fit any need. Tritex Grass is the official grass provider for the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association. Call Tritex now at 888-221-0422 and determine the right turf grass for you.
Hi, I'm Allie Ortowski, a varsity cheerleader at Pilot Point High School, and you're listening to the Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And here we are for the Hometown Pharmacy halftime show here at halftime. Bearcats 21, Shallowater Mustangs 14. This is the funnest half of football, man. We're talking about a good football game, back and forth.
Exactly.
This is what we've had.
Yeah, it's been a great first half football. There's maybe a little bit too many penalties on both sides, but other than that, some really exciting plays by both teams. Quarterbacks have lived up to the billing. It's been fun to watch, and a lot of energy on both sides. You can tell this This one matters more.
Well, like you said before we came back, Max has been better than backs so far in this game.
Yep.
A lot of football left to be played. But let's go to the stats of the first half. Through the air, 4-5. That's an efficient night. Max Holler, 57 yards, and that includes the 20-yard touchdown pass to Aiden Cox, where he hit Aiden Cox about 10 of those yards.
In the flat.
Aiden Cox did the rest, including absolutely level in the corner on his route on his way to a touchdown.
Yeah, a little one-on-one violence right there, crime.
Yep, the other guy making the catch, we got Ish Harris, 1 catch for 18, and Jay Cox, 2 for 19. So efficient night, 4 for 5 so far throwing the football, 1 touchdown. On the ground, we hadn't ran a whole lot of plays offensively because we've been moving the ball so well. 4 carries, 29 yards for Ish. I'd imagine we'll probably see him.
We're going to see a more steady diet of Ish in the second half.
You know, last week he had a similar stat line in the first half, and then he took someone 64 yards to the house, and the game got out of hand, so that was kind of the last.
He still broke over 100 yards, didn't he?
Still broke over 100, felt like he got no touches.
Exactly.
Max Holler, though, 10 carries, 142 yards, including the big 74-yard touchdown that answered Shallowater's second touchdown.
Yeah, that was a special run by Max on that 74-yarder. Showed his speed right there.
Yeah, he sure did. So, team stats, Bearcats only have 8 first downs, but they've just been getting a bunch of chunks of yards. So they do have 5 penalties, 45 yards, 0 turnovers, 0 takeaways, 171 yards on the ground, 57 yards through the air for 228 yards of total offense. They do have 1 sack, which came on the big 3rd and long for the Mustangs. And they have just 7.5 minutes time of possession here. So that's not really their game, though. Time of possession is not quite our game.
Yep.
So you never really get much off the Bearcats in time of possession. But I'll tell you what, I said it before the Bearcats come back and took the lead. I was feeling better about where I was with the Bearcat defense, who outside of the first drive have really made Shallowater earn everything they had.
They made them work for it.
And we even bailed them out on their second touchdown drive, 3rd and 8, get a tackle for loss, and after the play get a 15-yard penalty, gives them first down.
Yeah, that was huge to keep that drive going because we had them in really tough position.
I think 4th and 12 from their own 8. They would have had to have pumped the ball. And then that was a touchdown drive. So 21-14, that could be 21-7 with the Bearcats getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, but to play devil's advocate, Shallowater could say, if Ish doesn't get his right hand in there on that pass play, they score there, or there was a big holding call when they had a guy deep over the middle for a touchdown when they had the backup quarterback in. So some missed opportunities on their part as well.
You play that game all night, but my only rebuttal to that is the hold was during the course of a play.
Right.
The Ish Harris was in the course of a play. The 15-yard penalty was after the play, totally avoidable.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, you can do that all night. But in the end of the day, you got a half of football down, and just watching the game, knowing what the situation is, if I had to choose what team I wanted to be at halftime, I would choose to be Pilot Point right now.
Yeah, and I always told my youth teams that I've coached that if you don't want it to come down to one penalty call or one play, then you got to go out there and you got to blow them out. I mean, take it out of the other team and the officials' hands. Make sure you win by more than 1 touchdown.
How big is the first drive of the second half for both teams?
Oh, it's absolutely critical. So Bearcats, receive the ball, and if they drive down and punch it in, it's going to be a gut punch to Shallowater, and they're going to, I think you mentioned it. I don't think that they've been behind in a game, at least by their scores. They played a couple of close ones. They played Denver City, but I heard that they had a 34-point lead. Denver City made up 30 points in the second half, but Shallowater still beat them by 4, and there was only like two close games on their schedule. So again, maybe those tests that we had against Gunner and Brock, pay off at the end of the day for these Pilot Point Bearcats.
So just anybody who's following this game, if you're following the Texas high school football playoff bracket, the game of note that ties to this game most closely is the Bushland Wall game, which is at halftime, just like us, with Bushland up 14-7. I think Bushland won Shallowater's district.
Yeah, they did.
No.
Yeah, Bushland won. I've got the stats here. They're in District 2, 3A, Division 1.
So that's River Road's district.
Yes, they finished 4-0 in district, 8-2 overall. Dalhart Wolves finished second at 3-1 in district, and Littlefield Wildcats finished third, and then River Road was fourth with a 1-3 district record. Just of note about Bushland, they got really cool helmets. They're black with the gold eagle feathers on the side, but they're falcons, I guess. So falcon feathers, and then they played Brock their first game of the schedule and lost 55-7 back on August 28th. So kudos to them to schedule Brock week 1.
Yep. Well, so it's kind of too early to break down a matchup for either one of these teams, but just anybody following who wants to know what the matchup would be, the winner of this game would face off against the winner of the Bushland Wall game. Last year, we played Wall and Graham in the third round of the playoffs, and we were able to upset them. I don't know if Pot Point has much of a history with Bushland. I know going back to when I was in high school, Bushland was a Division II when we were Division I. So they were definitely a player back then, but it was not somebody we were ever going to have to look at seeing. So
yeah, a little bit about the Wall Hawks, Ryan. They're green with white, and of course we beat them last year when they were ranked number 1 in state, right?
Yep.
They finished 8-3 this year. They're in the same district with Clyde. They finished second in district, 4-1 overall. Jim Ned Indians won that district, going 5-0 in district, and they're 9. Jim Ned is 9-1 overall. Then it was the Wall Hawks at 8-3, and then the Clyde Bulldogs at 4-7. And Wall beat Clyde 36-13, just to put that in perspective.
Yeah, well, Wall runs the old wishbone style, like
ground and pound.
That's what they run. So,
3
they're
yards
not
per cloud of
they're
dust.
gonna blow out some teams, but that's not really indicative of a blowout's not really showing how good they are not, because the clock just runs at a much different rate when they play. But Drew Morrison was actually making was the quarterback last year. He wasn't the starting quarterback last year. The starting quarterback got hurt, so Drew Morrison, who's their quarterback now, was filling in. He's a big, strong kid. Also played, I think, middle linebacker or safety for him.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they just got worn out.
He's listed at 6'2", 185.
He's a big kid.
Runs a 4'8", quarterback linebacker.
He's a big dude. He was a stud. He's who we were kind of highlighting for that side of the ball. But Pilot Point took advantage of him last year. But before we start really diving into Bushland or Wall, we'll let Coach Marsh and Travis Chance get that talked about in the podcast this week if we can make it out.
Let's just get there. Got to win this second half. One play at a time.
All right, guys, about 3 minutes to go here at halftime, so we're going to step away, get a few more of these commercials in, and we'll come on the other side ready for the second half of Bearcat football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
For 25 years, Gary and Tammy Rock, owners of Twin Cities South Trailer Sales, have been providing the equestrian community with high-quality products and services. As the nation's largest volume dealer for Sundowner and Featherlight trailers, Twin Cities South Trailer Sales supports the horse show world by providing award trailers to the APHC and NRHA. So if you're looking for a trailer, whether it's hauling your champion to the next horse show, hauling cattle to the sale, your prize vintage car to the car show, or just about anything you need to move, then give us a call or stop in our store located in Pilot Point, Texas.
I'm number 23, Ryan Stewart, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
In 2014, Uppercut Granite was founded with the mission to provide the highest quality fabrication and installation services to home builders, homeowners, and commercial contractors in the DFW and southern Oklahoma areas. With more than 50 years of combined experience in the countertop fabrication industry, the partners of Uppercut Granite possess the skills and expertise necessary to complete even the most difficult projects. Visit Uppercut Granite showroom at 1235 JC Lane in Pilot Point, Texas, or call 940-765-3525 to schedule an appointment. Go Bearcats!
I'm Sandra Jones, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
This is Shannon Stafford with Whitney Delcourt of IRIC Real Estate. Whitney Delcourt is my real estate professional for all my commercial land and real estate needs. Whitney always demonstrates the highest ethical, moral, and professional integrity. Whitney's impressive market knowledge, her hard-working customer-focused style, and Whitney's professional service makes Whitney Delcourt the best choice to be your real estate professional.
This is Whitney Delcourt with IRIC Real Estate, and I approve this message. And you can find me at pilotpoint.com.
I'm Pilot Point cross-country runner Ubaldo Nandine, and you're listening to Bearcats football on pilotpointbearcats.com.
This is Shannon Stafford with Whitney Delcourt of IRIC Real Estate. Whitney Delcourt is my real estate professional for all my commercial land and real estate needs. Whitney always demonstrates the highest ethical, moral, and professional integrity. Whitney's impressive market knowledge, her hard-working customer-focused style, and Whitney's professional service makes Whitney Delcourt the best choice to be your real estate professional.
This is Whitney Delcourt with IRIC Real Estate, and I approve this message. And
we're back here. Bearcats taking the field. Mustangs already out here watching the Bearcats run out onto the field. So, like we talked about at the break, man, this drive's imperative for both teams, but more specifically for the Mustangs. So, with that being said, they don't have a strong special teams unit, so I don't know quite what they're capable of. Surprise on sides, whatever. They've been pooching it kind of in the middle. I would really be on alert all the alarms here. Sound all the sirens.
Yeah, you don't want what happened in that Ponder game to happen here. You got to come out ready for anything.
Because it's too early to say this decides the game or anything, because it doesn't. But man, the Bearcats getting this ball and going down and punching it in and taking a 14-point lead.
Would be absolutely.
That's going to be big for the rest of this game. But the Mustangs have it teed up. Cole Karen, number 20, has got it teed up. He approaches, and they blew it dead because they never blew the whistle to start.
At least we see where they're going with it.
At least we see what the idea is, and the idea is to pooch it, is to kick it. So no surprise onside, unless that in itself was part of the plan, which would be extremely good coaching if that was part of the plan.
Yeah,
hey, listen, we're going to kick it early.
And act like let's kick it early, and they'll think we're actually kicking it deep.
Well, we joke about it, but the coach did just have a word with his kicker after the fact. So, but man, wouldn't that be something? All right, we're purposely going to kick it early to get them off their edge.
Yeah, every kick has gone over towards his near side to Aston so far.
Yeah, our deep men are standing at the other back pedaling now to about the 20.
That's where he put the pre-kick over in the same spot. We'll see.
Well, and the kick is going to be even shallower. TK is going to field it and get it up. He basically ran a 1-yard return on the Trent Trubenbach kickoff return. TK fielded it. He ran basically straight towards the sideline, picked up 1 yard, and it was just safe.
Yeah, it was real safe. It's a quaint little stadium here in Breckenridge.
You know what? I'm glad you brought this up. This place is really neat.
Yeah, I mean, TK's, they ran him into the stands, but they're only like 5 yards, if that, off of the sideline.
I mean, yeah, it's real tight down there. Pistol formation for the Bearcats. Max Holler, Jay Cox to his right, Ish Harris in the backfield. The handoff goes to Ish Harris.
Okay, Ish.
Reverses field, 50. He's going to have some space, 40, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 36-yard line of the Mustangs by number 22, Mason Eaker. That handoff was designed to go to the right, and it bounced out to the left.
Yeah, it just bounced out to the left. That's easy work for Ish. They didn't even touch him until he's 10, 15 yards down the field.
Looking over to get the call. Looks like we're going to stay in some sort of, it's going to be shotgun formation, but Jay Cox is going to be playing kind of a fullback position to Max Holler's left with Ish Harris lined up behind him next to Max Holler. Take the snap, and this is going to go to Ish Harris between the tackles. Nowhere to go. He's going to get tackled at about the 35, which is going to be a carry of 1. Going to look at 2nd and 9. Before the game, I texted my old buddy Cam Felt, because his dad was the head coach here before Pilot Point, and he told me this stadium had tons of character. It was a really nice facility. They added this brand new turf last year. This is a really nice place to play. I was surprised when I heard Breckenridge, and now that I'm here seeing it, it's a good place to be.
Yeah. Really cool.
2nd and 9 from the Mustang 35. Max Holler under center. It's going to be play action. Ish Harris looking to throw the ball. Going to have Jay Cox on the flat. 30. Up across 25. Runs over a man at the 20 before he's pushed out of bounds. That's Jay Cox. Cox brothers are looking to hit people.
Oh, they are. They're bringing it tonight.
That's an Irish Real Estate first down for the Bearcats. Second first down here so far on this drive. And the Bearcats on the move inside the point blank red zone. 1st and 10 at the Mustang 19-yard line.
It's almost a carbon copy to the opposite side to Jay that Aiden had earlier for the touchdown.
Snap, handoff to Ish Harris between the tackles. He's going to get to about the 16 before he's turned up on his head. 3 yards on the carry for Ish Harris. So we were kind of right about the steady dive to Ish Harris. Get him worn down. We'll try to chase Max Holler around in the first half. Then let him try to tackle Ish Harris in the second half.
Yeah, shout out to, it looks like Tristan Trubenbach's grandma is listening from River Falls, Wisconsin.
Ooh,
That's impressive.
2 receivers split out way left for the Bearcats. Oh, get set. Oh, man. So, some issues with the snap, and it's funny because that Jay Cox and Ish Harris didn't know any better. The way that they both moved, they could have got away with their movement if they would have just gotten reset. But when they moved, they just immediately expected the penalty, and everybody just stood around and waited for the referees to call it, and they did.
Yeah, you can't have multiple guys in motion, but they could have act like they were resetting the formation.
So 2nd and 12 here. Drop back to pass. Max Holler steps up in the pocket. He makes a man miss. He has some space. He's got 15-10. Ducks his shoulder, and he takes a big hit. Get down at the 1-yard line. Big scramble there from Max Holler. Going to give us 1st and goal.
Yeah, great job by Max on the scramble, man. I think it was 73. Brady Reed for Shallowater had him in his grasp, and Max just shook it and took off and got down to, what, the 1?
Yeah, at the 1, so they're going to get in the I formation under center. And this one's going to be a handoff to Ish Harris, and they actually stay strong. We'll see what they're going to get in. They're going to mark him in.
They give it to him.
He's just too strong, man. So they had him.
Strong.
Yeah, they had him. He's just too strong.
Go ahead and flex. Let's see the flex. Okay, Itch is going to keep it. He's going to keep it in his arsenal for the next touchdown.
Yeah, well, that was, you know what, he deserved the flex on that one.
I know, that's why I expected the flex, because, man, he made it all happen with that second effort.
Yeah, they just really didn't have anywhere for him to go. But they did a good job there. You know what? We haven't got him with the QB sneaks. And on that power right there, Ish had to work for every inch that he got.
Yeah, they're stout. Shallowater's stout up the middle.
So Nick's Italian PAT to extend the lead to 14 for the Bearcats. Snap is a bit high. Aston Kirby gets it. This is blocked. And Holganzer and Aston Kirby jump on it. So Bearcats allowed that same sort of penetration
up the middle
earlier, and Hole got it up and over. And in that instance, the guy got his hands on it and blocked it.
Yeah, and I don't even think it. It was a high snap, but I don't think that mattered. I mean, that guy was on top of Aston to block that before he could even get it down. Really.
Well, 9:30 left in the third quarter. Bearcats 27, Mustangs 14. Let's get a quick break real quick.
Bott Family Dentistry, located at 1223 South Washington Street in Pilot Point, is the area's first choice in dental care. Dr. Bott offers a full range of dental services for the entire family. His state-of-the-art office, equipped with the most current dental technology, including digital radiographs, digital records, and intraoral camera utilization, allows him to provide the best treatment options available today. Call 940-686-2535 to schedule your appointment. That is Bott Family Dentistry, Pilot Point's first choice in dental care.
I'm Cindy Franco, a student trainer for the Bearcats, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
We just got a cool picture from Chance Kirby that's going to be in the Irish Real Estate Game Day album, probably coming up on Sunday or Monday.
Talking about stretching the football across the line,
Look forward
goal
to that.
line, right?
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, and the Chandler Academy scoring drive at 6 plays, 57 yards, took 2 minutes, 27 seconds off the clock, punctuated by Ish Harris's second effort to get in the end zone.
Kick is muffed at the 12, but picked up. Bearcats cover it well.
Good face mask.
Stiff arm to the face.
That was Aston. We didn't get a call for that.
Yep. But I thought it was clean. It was a good return there. After number 1, Caleb Batson dropped the kick, he eventually picked it up and actually got a decent return on it out to their own 26-yard line. Mustangs got to be feeling a little bit of pressure here. Have to answer here.
Yeah, I think this is an unfamiliar situation they're in, based on their scores all year, and they're undefeated. So being behind by,
see how
by
they
13 early in the third quarter. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, we got a different quarterback in the backfield. Brecken Ramos back at quarterback for the Mustangs.
He showed he's got a good arm.
Yeah. Bunch right, tight end left, motion right to left, fake handoff. And we're looking to pass. Pressured. Floats about on the seam, has a man wide open, and he bobbles it up, and I think they're going to give him the catch.
Got it on the third effort.
But man, 22 Mason Eaker was all alone. If he catches that clean, that's a touchdown. 74 yards, but somehow he took his eye off of it and bounced 2 or 3 times.
I guess he was thinking end zone before he even caught the ball because, man, it hit him right in the breadbasket, and the ball popped up, and he made 2 or 3 extra efforts and dove and finally secured it.
Ultimately, he ended up having to lay out, and they might be getting roughing the passer on the Bearcats. So what was 1st and 10 at their own 26, one play later is 1st and 10 at the Bearcat 23.
Well, Shallowater's coming out, and they're pulling no punches.
Well, maybe they brought Aiden because he's a better thrower. I don't know. Brecken Ramos has thrown some good footballs tonight.
He really
has. Here he is in the backfield again. 2 tight ends, 1 running back, and this is going to be handoff up the middle. Keegan Campbell has some space, but he's going to be brought down at about the 15, 14-yard line. That's about 9 yards on the carry. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 from the 20. I misspotted it earlier. Or no, that's at the 15. Sorry. So they went from the 24 down to the 15, so 9 yards on the carry.
It's still interesting they came out with Brecken Ramos at QB.
2 tight ends. Ramos hands it to Keegan Campbell. Nowhere to really go. Bearcats going to hold strong on that 2nd and 1. And it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it was absolutely great penetration by the Bearcats right there. Troy Tencher looked like really got underneath his man and blew that play up in the backfield.
Brecken Ramos is a senior, so he's the backup quarterback, but he is a senior. He's a good-sized kid, has a good arm. It's not, I don't think he's going to be as dynamic as Breck Townsend was running the ball, but we've seen him run the ball. He can do that.
Showing good leadership and a great arm.
2 backs in the backfield, Keegan Campbell and Caleb Cox. So this is going to go to Cox at the middle, who jumps over the line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle, and is hit hard in the secondary.
Aiden Cox hit him.
Yeah, but not until he gets down to about the 1-yard line. Mustangs on the doorstep of answering the Bearcat touchdown with one of their own. They're looking confident here, offensively at least.
Are you watching the energy from their coaching staff, man? Every single play, they're into it.
Their whole sideline is definitely into it. His fans are into it as well. We're on their sideline, not in the press box. Ramos takes a snap, hands off to Keegan Campbell at the middle. He's going to get in for a touchdown. And there is life on the Mustang sideline. You wonder, after being down 7, letting up a touchdown to start the second half, how are they going to feel? Well, they've just made a statement. This is a football game still. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and this 2-point conversion is going to be critical here.
Yeah, really weird. I mean, they just don't have a kicking game, but it's like down 7. So, but if I don't know. But they're going to line up and go for it here, as they always do. 2 tight ends, bunch right formation. Brecken Ramos next to Keegan Campbell in the backfield. Motion right to left, fake handoff. It's going to be a pass. A lefty slings out in the flat. Batted down by Ish Harris. The Nick's Italian 2-point conversion is no good. 7:11 left in the third quarter. Bearcats 27, Mustangs 20. That was the response that's the best thing you could hope for after you watch your defense allow a touchdown to start the second half, is go back and make a really quick touchdown drive of your own.
Yeah, and the Chandler Cabinet scoring drive, Ryan, that was 5 plays, 74 yards, took 2 minutes and 13 seconds off the clock. That was a heck of an answer by these Shallowater Mustangs.
Should have been a 1-play, 74-yard drive if they complete that very first pass.
Yeah, let's not overlook. Ish made another nice play to pass break up there to stop that 2-point conversion, because it looks like that's becoming critical as well. The extra points versus the 2-point conversion.
So far the Mustangs are 1 of 3 2-point conversion ones. So Bearcats are 3 of 4 on their extra point attempts with that one block. Yeah. Well, the Mustangs have watched film and found the hole from the Bearcats kicking the ball because they pressured the 3rd attempt from the same spot they blocked the 4th attempt. Got to get that
Got to get that shored up.
For sure. This was teed up at the 40. Let's see what the Mustangs want to do here.
They've gone to this near side every time, either Aston or TK. They went shorter last time to TK.
Oh, this one's going to go deep, and it's going to be fielded at the 15, and it's going to be returned by Jay Cox. Gets it up to the 30, spins out of a tackle, gets hit, breaks another tackle, fights. Oh, man. Running with some tenacity there, and he's driven all the way into the stand.
Oh, yeah, we got an extra flag.
But let's see where the flag's on, because it's on the Bearcat sideline. So we'll see. Hopefully there were no Bearcats over there getting after the players on the sideline. Hopefully, because you brought it up. I mean, so the whites, anybody who's been on a football field knows on the sideline there's a thick white stripe that you're not supposed to stand on. And that's about 3 yards thick. Then there's about a 5-yard section between that and another white stripe. And then there's maybe 3 yards between that and the stand. So we're looking at maybe 12 yards from the sideline, if that, to the actual metal stands here.
It's kind of reminiscent of the Oregon Ducks sidelines, if anybody's familiar with college football. But, man, our fans on the far side, they saw something they were very upset with and adamant that Shallowater had some extracurricular activities going on, and then we saw 3 flags go up.
So that made me think there might be more than one.
Yeah. It might have initiated a response.
They are offsetting personal fouls. Golly, that's not the worst thing that happened. I want that 15 yards.
Sure.
But at the same time, if you see your player was done wrong and you can get a freebie get back, I guess that's not the worst thing.
You don't want the Andy Dalton gets creamed and nobody comes to his response, right?
Bearcat offense have a chance to respond. Max Holler keeps it, coming up the backside, picks up a block.
Come on, Max.
50, 40, 30, he's got the corner, 20.
Come on, Max.
He's tripping.
Let's go.
What a run.
Hallelujah.
Run. That was the best run I've seen all year. That was reminiscent with Cash Jones in the Brock game. That run right there, that was incredible.
And if it wasn't the COVID era, I would belly bump with you right now, Ryan.
Man, that was unbelievable.
That was awesome.
One play.
Let's go.
Jeez Louise, he is explosive, man. You don't realize it when you're chasing him, and he just runs by everybody. I thought he was going to be pushed out at the 20, and they couldn't get even with an angle.
Our help desk is fully functional. We're answering every call.
Gosh. Italian PAT, this one is up, and this one is good. 6:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Bearcats 34, Mustangs 20. I got to get a break after that.
Wow.
Hey Bearcat fans, living in North Texas, you know all about bad weather. When bad weather does strike, look no further than James Floyd's Custom Roofing and Construction. Custom Roofing and Construction has built their business off of quality work and customer referrals. Let their friendly and knowledgeable staff ensure the project runs smoothly from start to finish. You can visit Custom Roofing and Construction on their website, customroofingdallas.com, or give them a call at 214-274-8353.
I'm Letitia Asensio, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Well, and we're back after a huge response by Max Holler. Man, these fans on the Shallowater side, I guess they thought there was a block in the back. That was all clean right there, buddy.
Yeah, they've started to have a bad relationship with these officials early in the first half, and it's continued on.
What a run, and that was just hard work by the receivers. These fans over here, they just saw a play that they can't believe happened on their team, and they wanted to blame the refs. That was Max Holler right there.
That was awesome.
Kick deep by Holganser, fielded at the 9. They're going to fake the return. This is number 1, Bates again, and he's going to be ran down and brought down at the 20 by Edwin Rodriguez.
We got 2 guys laying on Preston Webb late here, but they don't want a flag on that.
Oh.
Yeah, no. They're not asking for a flag anymore.
Yeah. We only want you to work when you're working against Pilot Point. Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
Man, but, it got kind of quiet after the touchdown. We went to break, and the referees were kind of grouped together on the pylon. And as they started walking the Shallowater sideline, Shallowater started hollering at them, booing them, and yelling at them. Man, I felt like that.
Things are getting prickly.
Guys,
it's like a cactus out here.
I'm a Bearcat fan, but I'm pretty objective. I'm pretty unbiased. That was clean play. The Mustangs going to have to answer back. Breck Ramos going to throw a quick route. And, man, number 22, Mason Eaker got lucky. He got a hand on that one because Ish was sitting there ready to intercept it.
Man, I'm shocked they keep coming at number 21, Ish Harris. It's kind of pick your poison. I wouldn't pick that one.
Well, it's going to be 2nd and 10. You see must some with this new quarterback in, and he's capable. 2 backs in the backfield with Breck Ramos. And this is going to be a run to the left. Keegan Campbell, Bearcats trying to stretch it. Alex Puga did a decent job of stretching it, but there's no support there. We have an advanced vet care penalty coming in from the secondary. Looks like it's probably going to be a hold of some sort, which I'm sure the Shallowater sideline is just going to love.
Oh, I'm going to lock the door on this press box, Ron. Just play it safe.
Close the window.
Yeah, we might want to draw some shade. Keep our voices down.
Yeah, that's definitely a hold.
It's on Shallowater.
A hold on Shallowater. And as expected, the Shallowater sideline is not handling it.
They are not pleased.
But it's a 10-yard loss, but it still just seconds them up at 2nd and 10 because the hold happened 10 yards up the field, I guess.
Yeah.
But they were able to get the edge on that one.
Got to respect his arm here.
Same formation. They're going to run it. They're going to throw a slant route. And Ish comes up and he slings the man down after about an 8.5, 9-yard slant. The Mustangs look like they're going to take that. If the corner's going to give that much cushion, they're going to run the slant route. And that's the second time they threw it on this route. That was a good throw and it was completed.
Yeah, they've decided they're going to come after Ish for whatever reason. It's 5th or 6th time they've thrown on his side tonight.
Well, he's given a lot more cushion off the snap at least. Handoff up the middle. Keegan Campbell's going to get the first down. Avery Smith comes up from the safety position. So, man, this is just so funny to watch. So the Shallowater sees that the Bearcats were really finishing the play in the backfield, wanted a late hit, but they didn't see 2 men chasing around Max Holler 5 seconds after the whistle blow.
Right.
It's like you want one but not the other.
Can't have it both ways, guys. Yeah, they're finishing blocks, I'll say that.
Both teams are playing all the way to the whistle, to say the very least.
9 guys in the box for the Bearcats.
Bearcats get great penetration. And, big hit by Jay Cox on a 1-yard carry. I do respect the fact that, the Mustangs are getting after it. They're a bit chippy here, so they're getting after us. They're playing to the whistle, and the Bearcats are playing right back with them.
Absolutely. It's been a physical battle.
But this is the type of football the Bearcat fans are used to. Who knows what Shallowater's used to? 2 tight end set, 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right. 1 running back in the backfield next to Brecken Ramos. Keegan Campbell alone back with him. 2nd and 9. It's going to be a rollout right. It's going to be a pass. It was an out and go deep. Ish Harris in position. And they're going to call a flag on Ish Harris. No,
I don't know about that.
That was pretty good coverage.
Yeah, Ish was in good position.
That's what you see on Saturday afternoons there. The running back is running, or the cornerback is running stride to stride with the receiver. Both of them have hands on each other, but neither Ish nor the receiver extended. They were just making sure they knew where the other guy was at.
Yeah, Ish was just running, and it looked like he had his right hand on the receiver's hip, and I guess that's what they called, but that's the only contact that I really saw. Maybe a little bit of hand fighting.
Maybe what crying gets you. Because it was, of course, here on the Shallowater sideline.
Yeah, it was on this sideline. So
they keep challenging Ish like that. Ish is going to get the best of them. Bunch right.
They like to go wide on
right
this.
to left. They're going to get the jet sweep. Max Holler's going to get out there, and Max Holler's faster. Max Holler's faster than Caleb Batson and pushes him out of bounds.
Yeah, I've noticed on that bunch formation, Ryan, they always like to get the jet sweep, try to get them out. They're bunching up the defense to try to get that edge.
Yeah, they've done a decent job, but we haven't really done a good job setting the edge since Aiden Cox did it in the first quarter. 4:25 here in the third quarter. Bearcats 34, Mustangs 20. It's getting a little bit chippy.
It's getting very chippy.
This is Bearcat style of football here. Chippy, playing whistle to whistle, playing physically. Two tight ends, motion left to right. Snap, roll out right. Breckenridge looking to pass. Alex Puga getting after him, can't get him. And Breckenridge is still going to be sacked though. Big number 5, big play, Jay.
Alex Puga made it happen though, didn't he?
Yeah, Alex Puga made him step up in the pocket, try to reverse field. Big play, Jay comes for a 4-yard loss on the sack. 3rd and 9 here for the Mustangs. Man, this is the most intense I've seen the Bearcats play all year. There's definitely some intensity oozing from all of them. Jay especially, that kickoff return he had after the last Mustang touchdown.
Jay's been playing with excellent effort throughout this entire game.
Let him off the leash. Let him go get him. Trips right, one receiver left. Breckenridge with Keegan Campbell in the backfield. This is the first set I've seen all night where they don't have a tight end. Let's see what they want to do. Spread them out. I'm going to drop straight back to pass. They're going to get rid of it. Overthrown in the seam. Would have been open. Nowhere to really go after the catch, but he would have been open, but it's going to be incomplete. 4th and 9.
Probably the biggest miss we've seen from
Breckenridge. He's throwing the ball. So it's going to be 4th and 9 from the Bearcat 47-yard line. Line to gain is the 38. And they're looking like they're going to, I think they're going to go for it. They're a little late getting their calls, but they got 18 seconds on the play clock. Okay, they're going to be same formation. Trips right, one receiver left. No tight ends, one receiver in the backfield. 8 seconds on the play clock. 4th and 9. Here we go. Line to gains at 38. Breckenridge looking to throw the ball. Pressured. Has to step up. Throws the ball down the field. Oh, knocked down. Max Hall could have intercepted it. But at the end of the day, that's another Twin City turnover on downs. Breckenridge was pressured, steps up in the pocket, delivered a throw that Max Holler could have intercepted it. But honestly, I don't know how, well, with Max, anything's possible. But I don't know how good of a return he could have got out of that. So in the end of the day, Twin City turnover on downs. And the Bearcats, this is a statement drive right here.
Yeah, Ramos delivered that with some heat. It had some 3 Mile Island on it, and went kind of through Max's hands, but that'll work.
Trips left, tight end right for the Bearcats. Ish Harris next to Max Holler. Snap. It's going to be a pass play. Jay Cox in the seam. Somebody's got to tackle him, but they can't because they can't catch him. Touchdown, Jay Cox.
Jay.
What, 53 yards? You can't tackle what you can't catch.
Get you some of that.
In the lead.
How about these, I can't even call them scoring drives, these scoring plays.
This was, yeah.
Coach Peacock has got a directory of touchdown plays. He's just dialing them up tonight.
I tell you what, man, this is, I didn't think that this, I'm watching this Bearcat team all year. This is what you saw against Boyd. And you said, if they can channel this and they can play like this week in, week out, they can be dangerous. Exactly. And this is every bit of that. Big Stallion PAT attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up. Kick is good.
It's money.
Man.
Let's go.
3:18 left in the third quarter. Bearcats 41, Mustangs 20. Let's get a word.
Ooh.
Established in 2004, Ernesto's Fine Mexican Food has continued preserving its original home-style cooking and hospitable touch. Ernesto's family has roots in Mexico as well as Texas ties. Relying on those roots, Ernesto created his unique menu. Offering a variety of Tex-Mex favorites as well as Mexican specialties, Ernesto's won't let you down. So join them for home cooking, or as they say, Comida Cesar, in family-style service. Located at 10279 Farm Market 455 East, Suite 100, or at the corner of 455 and Highway 377 in Pilot Point. They look forward to seeing you, and go Bearcat.
I'm number 5, Jay Cox, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
I believe before we went to break, I think you implied that Coach Peacock has the end zone on speed dial tonight.
Man, he really does. I mean, it seems like one play drive after one play drive. It's Max, Jay, just exciting. Long touchdown runs and these catches for runs.
You know, even the Boyd game, so we played really well in the Boyd game, but the edge that these Bearcats are playing with tonight is not anything near what we've seen all year. This is a team that seems to be peaking at the right time.
Absolutely, they are.
Kickoff is deep, going to be caught at the 9-yard line and returned up the Bearcat sideline. No trickery here. On the tackle, big play there. That's a white.
That's Curly.
Brockman.
We've got a Curly Brockman sighting.
Brockman is back, baby. 1st and 10 from the Mustang 28-yard line after that return.
Nothing gets us more jazzed than a Curly Brockman sighting.
Dude, he might be one of my favorite players. I mean, you have a long list to go from. But man,
I don't
Curly.
know. Alex, number 9, he's running up the list for me. I like that kid.
Future's bright, man. He's out here in a different jersey, no number on his helmet, causing havoc.
I'm gonna break out my 30-year-old helmet and give it to Alex for next week because he needs some helmet stickers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the Mustangs, this is big for the Mustangs. They're down 21 here, 3:13 left in the third, and they got 3 seconds on the play clock. I think we're going to delay a game because nobody's paying attention.
Oh, no, I think
okay. Last second, coach, get it. So that's gonna be something. How does it happen?
I tell you,
change of possession.
I'll tell you how it happens, Ryan. Shallowater is they're flustered right now.
You're right. That is exactly.
Even the coaches are flustered. I mean, they've been amped up on 5-hour energy since the beginning, and I think it's crashed on them.
That's the problem with getting all hyped up on Mountain Dew, man. Is that the high is high, but the low is low. Yep. And if you get you that low with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, you got a long day ahead of you. But hey, there's a lot of football to play, so we're having fun because this is a heck of a showing by the Bearcats. But there's still 15 minutes of football to play.
Yeah.
And neither one of these teams, they don't need a lot of time to score.
No.
So like I said, we're having fun, but let's not act like this one's over because it's not.
We're having fun here, no?
Yeah. You see some fans walking out. What are you walking out?
Playoffs. We're talking about playoffs.
1st and 10 at their own 28 here after they use that first uppercut granite timeout. Trips right, 2 running backs. It's going to be a stretch play. Number 30, Aiden Cox sets the edge. Nobody really scraping to hold it for no gain. It's going to be a 9-yard carry by number 30 there, Caleb Cox. Aiden's a bit slow to get up. He was fighting off 2 men setting the edge. He did a good job. He could have been helped by a linebacker scraping over the top a little quicker. Help clean that up.
Yeah.
Because he had 2 men, and he set the edge. Yeah, he bounced the run back in. That's his job to do.
Give Shallowater, a pat on the back. They got a bevy of backs. And
they gave him a first down.
They all run hard.
Yeah, they gave him a first down. Fake handoff, pass play. Number 1, Caleb Bates goes up, and the ball floated, but it's going to be a 12-yard reception for another first down for the Mustangs. So, you know what? I mean, they may not be comfortable. They may not be the type of team that really airs it out a whole lot, but that may be a quarterback deal.
Brecken Ramos?
Sorry, Bax Townsend. He's an explosive runner. Brecken Ramos, he can sling the football around. So
yeah, he's throwing
it's kind of a different offense with him in. It's going to be another run to Cox. Right side, Aiden Cox again sets the edge. This time the
Alex.
And Alex Puga cleans up. Getting pumped up. The freshman out here getting pumped up.
Man, he just got under number 30's shoulder pads right there and put him in the old pile driver. That was an awesome hit by Alex.
Yep, and once again, though, Aiden Cox fighting off 2 blockers, forces it in. This time the Bearcat defense got the penetration, cleaned it up. Bearcats stacking the box. Darren the Mustangs, hey, keep trying to, keep throwing it.
We put 9 guys in the box. That's what we do.
Daring them to beat us. So here we go. It's going to be a pass play. Look at the slant. Ish Harris jumped out one, knew it was coming. Brecken Ramos better be glad he threw that one a bit high because that's going the other way.
Yeah, if he throws that shoulder or breadbasket, Ish was jumping that route. He had it.
Now, being a bit more cautious here, let's hope they don't have a sluggo in the playbook, because if they run a sluggo here, they run that slant and go. It's just going to get burnt toast, man.
I've seen a double move out of them already.
Yeah, they ran the out and go. They ran a speed out with a go.
These guys are well coached. They got it all in the playbook. Yeah. They got a ton of formations too.
But hey, you better hope you have enough time to throw the ball if you want a sluggo. Exactly. 3rd and 11 here. They're going to look left. Tristan Trubenbach hit him, but he was able to get rid of it.
Got it off.
But that may have been even worse than the sack. Completed, tackled back at the 50.
TK.
Cole Kernan with the catch. I have no idea how Brecken Ramos didn't just get crumpled by Tristan Trubenbach.
Yeah, I thought he was throwing it to a lineman. He just was fortunate that Cole Kernan was in the backfield blocking, number 20.
That Tristan Trubenbach, I don't know what he was going through. He might have thought, man, if I hit this kid with the opportunity I have, they may call a penalty on me for killing this kid. But props to Brecken Ramos. The way he stuck in there and got that one out, but it's still going to be a punt here. 4th and 20 at their own 40. Snap. The punt is up, and it's decent. It's going to bounce at the 40, about straight out of bounds. Bearcats going to get the ball at their own 38. Man, this team playing edge from the offensive lineman, the defensive lineman. The Cox brothers are playing angry. Max Holler's playing Max Holler football. The only one that's not getting to show out, and it's only because everybody else is showing out, is Ish. He hadn't got an opportunity to do his thing, and it's not. It's just literally everybody else.
He's having a solid game. He just hadn't gotten loose like Jay and Max have last couple drives.
Drives are one play, 70-something yards. One play,
Ish
55 yards.
Have his moment though.
Yeah, I see a lot of Ish here in the 4th quarter. You're getting this carry.
Okay.
They just can't tackle him, but he runs right into a defensive lineman who still couldn't bring him down right away. Jeez, that was a tough run.
That was an exciting, was that 7 yards?
37 to the 44. So 7 yards, yeah.
He hit the O button twice, a truck stick twice, shook a guy off.
The defensive lineman caught him out of one of those spins. Yeah. You'd think Ish Harris is standing straight up after that. He still drug him 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah.
Well, man, 10 seconds and counting. This is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. We're going to go to a break and come out the other side in the 4th quarter. Bearcats up 41-20 with the ball and driving.
Since 1983, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency has been covering the insurance needs of Pilot Point. Regardless of what that need may be, they have you covered, offering homeowners, auto, life, farm and ranch, and commercial. Give them a call at 940-686-2692. That's Germania Insurance, the Scott Walker Insurance Agency, located just north of the town square at 211 Scott Lane in Pilot Point, Texas. Scott Walker Insurance Agency, always there to help.
We want to wish our varsity cheerleader, Abby, a great senior year. Love Mom, Dad, and Michael.
I'm Kennedy Chandler, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Russell Pelzel with Hometown Pharmacy has built a reputation on providing only excellent service and support to the Pilot Point community. You can depend on Hometown Pharmacy to deliver the best customer service along with a selection of quality healthcare products. When you use Hometown...
Can't hear you, Rons, but we're back in first play of the 4th quarter. Went to the far side there. And we're down. We got 3rd and 1. Clock is ticking. Bearcats are up 41-20. Take care of
I'm back. So yeah, 3rd and 1 here. Quarterback power there.
You were slamming a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I'd love to see just a steady dose of Ish Harris here in the 4th quarter. And this is going to go to him. Spins out, and actually good play by the Mustangs. Penetration, he spun out of a tackle, but wasn't able to get the line to gain. Actually lost a yard. So it's going to be 4th and 2 on their own side of the field. And the way your defense has been playing since the first drive of the 3rd quarter,
they're
providing
only excellent service and support.
You
can depend on Hometown Pharmacy to deliver the best customer service along with the selection of quality healthcare.
Yeah, Bearcats going to have to punt.
Yep. First punt of the game, and with the way your defense has been playing, I don't hate the decision. So here we go. Snap is good. Aiden Cox going to get the punt, and this is a beauty. Whoa, look at the spin. It's up in the air. Bounces at the 15 and bounces. Let's get down there and knock it down. Oh, it's a big man. 72 gets it down.
I think he was touching it while he was nope.
They're going to mark it down at the 2-yard line. Number 72, Colin Haynes, covering the kick. He saw it bounce at the 9 and take a hop, and he got on his horse, got on the ground, and jumped on that ball. And downed it at the 2.
You want to shout out my old teammates that are listening in. Kevin Rivette, Jeremy Decker, Kevin Rivette, number 54. If anybody ever remembers him. I don't know. I don't know what he did. I think he did something good. He made some tackles. Jeremy Deckard, he was good for a good unsportsmanlike penalty every once in a while.
Here we go.
He could hit you.
Mustangs coming out. 1st and 10 at their own 2. Low snap, but it's fielded. Keegan Campbell nowhere to really go. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think number 73 for the Mustangs trying to get after Alex Pugh.
Yeah, he was.
Pugh sheds him there.
Yeah, kind of spun out
Get
of
off
it.
me.
Gain of 1 on the play, brings up 2nd down 9.
I'd be talking so much noise on me. You see me? I'm a JV kid. I'm out here.
See his helmet?
Yeah.
It's all white.
I'm dominating you.
I don't have numbers.
Yeah.
I'm still sacking quarterbacks.
Here we go. 2nd and 10 once again from the 2-yard line. Breckenridge takes snap, another handoff up the middle, another time, nowhere to go. He's going to get 1 yard there just because Jay Cox wrapped up and wrapped him on the angles, and he fell forward. 3rd and 9 at the 3.
Gain of 1, brings up 3rd down 8.
You're going to have to try to get the outside here or something. Bearcats are not letting them run between the tackles. Good thing about the punt here is let's say the Mustangs go down the field and score. There's 9.5 minutes. You need 3.
Yeah, they're running out of clock.
They're not in a hurry up yet. They're still taking their time, but this is kind of a big situation, so you wouldn't want to rush here as a coach. Make sure you get everything right. Their own 3-yard line. Snap. It's going to be a slant route, and it's going to be caught. Ashton Kirby immediately makes the catch, but it's going to get out to the 19-yard line for a 1st down.
Yeah, it was delivered perfect to number 22, Mason Aker, right there, the senior. It was a
safe approach there by Ashton Kirby, but number 22 there, Mason Aker, makes the catch and is immediately tackled by Aston, but not until he gets a 1st down.
Yeah, it was a
he's hobbling off.
Very well delivered ball by Brecken Ramos on that.
Yeah, he's slinging it around, and now that you got off your own goal line, you're probably going to see more throwing the football.
They're going to go deep.
Snap, and here they are, going deep. 1-on-1, going to test Ish Harris. Ball floats.
Come on, Ish.
Ish Harris puts his hands in. No! He didn't touch him! My gosh! My gosh!
Good coverage.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just to break this down for you, Ish Harris was in 1-on-1, stuck his hands up. The ball hit him in the back of the shoulder pads without him ever making contact with the receiver till after the ball hit his pads. And apparently that is a 15-yard advanced back care penalty.
Yeah, and Ish and Caleb Batson from Shallowater are discussing it lightly.
Yeah, Shallowater is conditioned the refs over here. They don't want any more of this yelling at him. 2 tight ends, 1 receiver left, 1 right. Ramos going to hand the ball to Keaton Campbell up the middle. Breaks a tackle. Ish Harris knocks him backwards and knocks him down at about the 41.
Nice tackle.
Made that tackle without even using his arm. Stuck his shoulder pads right in his gut. Keaton Campbell's feeling it.
Yeah, he's not exactly hopping back up to his feet.
No, double over,
Campbell
hands on his knees. He's hobbling off. He got a Ish Harris shoulder right in the gut. He's fine though. He's going to take a minute to catch his breath. He'll be back. 2nd and 3 here for the Mustangs. 8:10 left and counting in the Peacock family 4th quarter. They keep testing Ish. This is going to come down.
I know.
And they're going to hand this to Cox. Cox is going to try to bounce it. Ish Harris is going to come up, and he can't make the tackle, but he slows him down enough to allow Troy Tincher to get out there and make the tackle.
I'm still surprised they're not throwing it downfield.
Well, they've had nothing but success when they've done it. So, I mean, it's hard for them to know, like, hey, you've had nothing but success. I'd keep doing it. I'm just saying if they keep challenging Ish is going to come down with one.
Absolutely. But it's 7:48 and counting. And they got to have some chunk plays here.
They need 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
And even the 2-point conversions doesn't make it 2. They're 2 and a field goal. They need a full 3 touchdowns. It's going to be a pass.
Double move.
Ish Harris has got him in coverage again. And once again, the ball hits Ish Harris in the back. Okay, well, he didn't call that.
No flag on that one.
Yeah, it was literally the same exact thing as the other one. But, is it Curly Brockman? Look at the Brockman strut.
Oh, man.
Look at the Brockman strut.
He's got to be 6'4", 6'5".
Oh, man. Middle linebacker, baby, right next to Jay Cox. Big play, Jay.
Let's go.
Curly Brockman making
big
plays.
2-7. Make a play here.
I think Curly Brockman's going to set the edge here. Oh, it's going to go the other way if it's a run. Bunch right. Oh, Jeff Sweep's coming. Curly Brockman's going to have a chance. He doesn't set the edge there, but Ish Harris, Jay Cox team up on the tackle.
I think Ish is going to get a targeting penalty here.
No way.
Yeah, he said shot to the head.
Yeah, he didn't lead with his head, though. So, if you want to call it, he didn't lead with his head. That's what you got to do with targeting. You got to lead with your head.
Personal foul that's called against the Bearcats.
Yeah, personal foul on the Bearcats.
Well, I think that is a targeting because Ish Harris is jogging off the field. I wonder what the implication. We need to try to get what are the implications of that next week if there is a next week, because I know what the rule in college is. But I don't like. He didn't lead with his head.
Yeah, he had it. It was a forearm.
It was his hands out. He's Superman dove.
Yeah.
Didn't even hit the guy in the head. Just okay. 7:15 and counting. Clock's still rolling. So we got Avery Smith moved over to this corner, and we got TK playing safety in Avery Smith's position. But 1st and 10 at the Bearcat 28-yard line. 7 minutes and counting in the Peacock family fourth quarter. That's going to be another run to Keaton Campbell up the middle. He's going to have some room for. Cody Brockman wraps up his leg and says no. Shakes his head after the tackle.
That's right.
Lets him know.
You want to make the Curly angry.
6 yards on the carry though. Man, he just oozes personality out there.
Yeah, he does. It's a nice tackle.
Yeah, here we go. 2nd and 3. Pass. They're going to test out Avery Smith's going to come up and make a tackle. Helped by Curly Brockman there. Pass completed and tackle made at the 16-yard line. That's enough for a first down. You keep getting these first downs, but there's only 6.5 minutes to go. Under 6.5 minutes.
Bend but don't break. 6 minutes, 20 seconds and counting.
A score is not the worst thing here for the Bearcats. A quick score would be bad.
Exactly.
So, hey, if they want to get another first down after this and then have to do another few plays, I mean, they may not score until under 4 minutes to go. That's hopefully. Bunch right, running the jet sweep action. They're going to fake it. They're going to run out into the flats on the right, throwing the ball across the middle. And it's caught by Ika for a touchdown. That's what you didn't want. TK didn't have his eyes looking for the football either. TK could have made a play on the ball.
Yeah.
So 6:01, 41-26. They're going for 2 though.
They are absolutely going for 2.
Doesn't help them any. Down 15 currently, or not 15. Yeah, 15.
Yeah, they're down 15. 41-26, 6 minutes and 1 second left in the fourth quarter. It's been a fun ball game.
They're going to reset the game clock, or the play clock. I thought Shallowater had to use a timeout there. I was like, oh, that's brutal, because they've already used one. When they really kind of kills it, they had to use that one. Trips left, one receiver right. Breckenridge rolls out left. He's looking to pass. He has a lefty. Throws it.
Oh, great play by Avery Smith.
Avery Smith
break that up.
Down, so that's another failed 2-point conversion there for the Mustangs. So 6 minutes and 1 second left in the fourth quarter.
Got to expect onside kick here.
41, Mustangs 26. Let's go to a quick break, get one commercial, come back, and we'll see what happens.
Pharmacy, you will work with a knowledge. Hi, I'm Chance Kirby, the broker at Irick Real Estate. For 68 years, Irick Real Estate has been serving Pilot Point and the North Central Texas area. At Irick Real Estate, we understand that each client has their own unique needs. That is why we have 8 realtors on staff to meet those needs. Be it buying or selling, residential, commercial, or farm and ranch, we have a realtor ready to work with you. Don't let just anyone handle the single largest investment that your family may ever make. Trust that process to a local office that knows the area and will handle your transaction ethically and responsibly. You can find Irick Real Estate at pilotpoint.com or feel free to call me directly at 940-300-6900. Irick Real Estate, serving the area since 1952.
I'm Risa Hernandez, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on pilotpointbearcats.com.
Chandler Cabinet scoring. Let's do a quick Chandler Cabinet scoring drive summary.
Yeah, it was 10 plays, 98 yards, 4 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock, Ron.
So, I went ahead and did that because I noticed the referees hadn't blown the whistle yet to start the play.
They were trying to onside kick already.
But they definitely were onside kicking it, and it wasn't a very good one. Aiden Cox recovered it. He didn't quite field it super cleanly, but he had it fielded before anybody got there. But there was no secret they were going to onside kick it. The sideline was yelling onside kick. Everybody knows. So they're going to tee it up and do it again. And it's going to come right here And this one's a better one.
It's a good kick. It's not going to go 10.
Not going to go 10 before it rolls out of bounds. I like what Avery Smith did. Avery Smith saw it, had the opportunity to go 10, saw an opening to run and jump on it, so he was going to take it. He wasn't going to let what happened to the Falcons against the Cowboys happen.
Right.
But as he started to approach, he saw the ball take a Pilot Point spin away from the 10-yard mark, and he smartly just let it go.
Yeah, it was about 7.5, almost 8 yards, and it took a bounce back the other direction, and Avery made a really smart decision there.
I like how he was going to go get it, though. He was going to go get it at 9 if it looked like it was going to come 10. So smart, heady play there. And now the Bearcats, Ish Harris is in the game.
So
I guess he wasn't ejected. I don't know what happened.
You just have to maybe leave one play if you.
One play was a touchdown. So
yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was 2 plays.
It took 2 plays. Yeah.
But he's in at running back, which is where I want him at this point, anyways. And he's going to take this handoff and cut it up, and he's going to get it across the 40 to the 39. It's only going to be about 2 yards, but the clock is running. So with 4.5 minutes on that last drive, or whatever, what did it take?
4:33.
So by the time they see the ball back, I know they got a couple timeouts, but they won't have 4:43 left on the clock. No. So they need 2 touchdowns plus, they need to get both of these 2-point conversions, really, because you can't go 1 of 2 because that's only 14 points. They need 15 points.
Yeah,
they literally have to get 16 or, okay.
Just need ball security here.
What's going to be a fake, and Max Holler's going to keep it cut up the middle. Can they catch him?
Okay, Max.
He cuts it up slippery, inside the 20, inside the Point Bank red zone, down to the 15. That's an Irish Real Estate first down into the Point Bank red zone. And man, oh man, if there was just a little bit more space there between the safeties.
He was almost gone again.
He slipped in between them, but he had to turn his shoulders, which knocked him off balance and carried him over. If there's a little bit more space, he didn't have to turn that shoulder. I'm talking another amazing Max Holler touchdown.
He's running the ball a little bit more cautiously than he
let's kill some of this clock. We're at 19 seconds, and we're getting ready to we snap it with 17 seconds left. Ish Harris going to break a tackle, break another one, cut it up, keep it in bounds, and he's okay with that.
Hold on that football.
Yeah, I wish he just would have went down quicker instead of. I think he tried to kind of give himself up though with forward progress, and the referees made him carry it all the way through. Let's we snapped that with 19 seconds left on the play clock. Let's go to Travis Irick out of town scoreboard real quick.
Yeah, Ryan, Wall's up over Bushland 20-14 now with 3 minutes 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So Wall's up 20-14 there.
Okay.
That's the one that everybody's watching. Grandview, number 2, is taking care of Tatum 42-17, and Malakoff is beating Pottsboro 32-0.
Play action pass. Max Holler looking end zone.
Look at this.
Has a man.
Okay.
Got touchdown. Big play. Jay in the end zone. I can't believe it. Hey, you know what? You keep putting points on the board. It doesn't matter how much time is left. You got a 15-point lead. You keep putting points on the board. You don't have to worry about the clock.
Unless they change the rules, start giving people 20 points for touchdowns. Shallowater's in trouble.
Man, I think I was. Hey, what do I know? It was shocking, but touchdown. Jay Cox gets on the board with a receiving touchdown. Now he matches his brother's one, and the Bearcats are going to 48 points with this extra point. And man, this is not what we expected. Snap, hold, kick, and the Nick's Italian PAT is on the roof of the school. We're not getting that football back. Nope. Talk about this tight confines here, so it's really got a lot of character here in the stadium. But there's not much. Not only is there not much room between the sidelines and the stands, there's a school with windows in between the goalposts.
Yeah, I guess that's Breckenridge High School.
I don't know, but
right there.
Man, oh man, that's a kick right there. Oh, Ganser ends with the ball up on the roof. Chandler Cabinet scoring drive summary.
Yeah, it's 4 plays, 41 yards. Only took 1:48 off the clock.
I think it's 18 yards, 17, 18 yards. Jay Cox for the touchdown. Play action.
Another one. Man, big play, Jay.
Who are these guys? Man, they've just been getting better and better every week.
Yeah. Somebody offer Jay Cox a football scholarship, please.
He's playing with everything that you want to see. He's got size. He's playing with that toughness, that grit. He's athletic.
My man's needs to be playing on Saturdays next year.
Yeah, this is where you show out, especially when you have somebody on the sideline, your sideline that's already committed.
Yeah.
You know people are here watching. You show out like this, and you'll find yourself fielding a phone call or two as well. Gander has it teed up. 4:13 left in the fourth quarter. This Bearcats are holding a pretty commanding lead with only 4 minutes to go. Kick is deep. It's going to be caught at the 10 with a little bit of slippering. But Cox is going to field it. He's going to return it. And he has some space there. But Tristan Trubenbach rode him down. There's an advanced vet care penalty back sitting at the 34-yard line. I can't imagine it would be on the Bearcats, but Fast and Kirby's on the field. Anything's possible, right? They'll find anything to call on him.
That's right. Poor guy's got some bad luck. So we are 2 points away from the famous 50-burger.
In the area championship against a team that
Caleb
was 9-0.
Yeah.
That we were looking at like, I don't know, man. Like, they have all the makings of being a team that could challenge us. And
I should have known we were going to light up the scoreboard. I saw Coach Marsh over there stretching his back out at halftime. And I guess he had a feeling he was going to be calling in a lot of touchdown plays, and he has.
They've had the end zone speed dial, both end zones now. 19-yard line after the penalty. Good return negated by a hold. Ish Harris back in at corner.
And to Terry Slay's delight, there's been a lot less cowbell in the second half.
That's right. It's a handoff to Campbell. Campbell has some room to run. He can take it all the way without anybody getting a tackle. He's going to have to be ran down. Avery Smith's going to catch him. Max Holler and Avery Smith going to push him off. But he goes from 19 to the 20, so that's 61 yards there on the carry. I mean, if the Bearcats keep scoring points, I guess none of this matters, but that's not what you want to see.
No.
One play, 61 yards, already at the 20, or all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Bevy of backs just keep coming at you.
Yeah, well, I was surprised they didn't throw it, but when you go for 60-something plus yards and then, fumble! Ish Harris forced the fumble, ball on the ground! Avery Smith jumps on it! Ish Harris puts his helmet on the football. Keegan Campbell tries to lower his shoulder. Ish Harris comes in lower, puts the helmet on the ball. Twin City turnover chain makes its way out. 3:30 and counting in the fourth quarter. Bearcats up 22 and with the ball at their own 16-yard line.
It's really the only thing we were missing from the Boyd game, to be honest with you, Ryan, was the lack of turnovers, I guess, and we got a couple of safeties in that Boyd game that haven't made an appearance. In
turnover on downs. That's the first time we forced, and that wasn't a giveaway. We forced that one out.
Absolutely.
Ish Harris put his shoulder pads on the football, and the football came out. Bearcats get on it, and now TK's in the backfield. He's going to get some carries here. Kavalson gets the pitch. He cuts it up. Tough run out across to maybe the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry. And now let's really take this play clock down. We got 3:15 and counting. Oh man, what a performance by the Bearcats. Offense, defense, played with edge, played with that toughness, that grit. Man, oh man, what a performance. Now we're letting it run.
See Cade Carter in the game at tight end over here.
Handoff up the middle. TK, both hands on the football, gets some yardage, gets out up to the 25. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 here for for the Bearcats.
TK's kind of taking over that Dorian Soroka role in a way. Saw Dorian, he took the coin toss.
Bushland tied it with Wall 2:37 and counting.
I got a heck of a game going on there.
So here we go, 3rd and 1 for the Bearcats at their own 25, needing a yard to basically ice this one. Jim Ned took care of Dahlhart. TK gets this carry, and he's going to just muscle ahead to the 31, which is what he needed for an Irick Real Estate first down. That's going to carry us under 2 minutes here in the Peacock family fourth quarter.
And Ryan, that Malakoff scored 32-0 over Pottsboro. Malakoff's 4th in state and Pottsboro's 5th in state. That's kind of surprising.
Old Chris Nortman, old Norty's calling for the 50 burger. We'll see.
Of course he wants a 50 burger.
Alex Puga in on offense, blocking
we all want that.
Blocking for TK. And like I said, everybody, so we'll play the winner of Wall versus Bushland next week. And that game at 2.5 minutes in the fourth quarter is tied at 20. TK takes his hand off, jump cuts outside 30, gets up to the 34. I hope he's okay. A man fell on him a bit late. He looks like he's going to be fine. saw, I think it was West Ford my sophomore year, dislocated elbow. It's very similar to that. He got a carry, and the play was over, and right after it was over, somebody fell on top of him. And with TK a little slow to get up, Curly Brockman's doing the Brockman strut into the game. Let's see if the Brockman can get himself a carry here.
Man, if we get the Brockman burger, oh man, we are doing the belly bump.
If he takes this,
COVID or no COVID,
I'm
coming through this plexiglass.
Curly takes to the house. I'm retiring. He's getting the pitch, getting some blocking, cuts it out.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness, he cuts it around the 40. Oh man, he gets it slung out around the 50. For a second there, John, I saw him get the corner.
Hey, that almost gave the 22 skidoo.
Oh man.
Except he's number 27. Let's go, Curly.
Oh jeez,
that was a nice carry right there.
Yeah, I wish he wouldn't have went out of bounds, but hey, he saw end zone. He wanted to get there. They're going to run the clock.
They kind of slung him out of bounds.
Yeah, so Bearcats need to run one more play, and they're going to be the area champions.
48-26. If anybody had that on their
unbelievable. 22 points, unreal. They're in a victory formation here.
Shallowater was 5-point favorites by Dave Campbell's.
And the snap and the knee, and they're not gonna take the timeout. The clock's gonna run out, and everybody, this is a team to be proud of. The Pilot Point Bearcats 48, Shallowater Mustangs 26. Your Bearcats are this area champs here.
Chalk this one up to North Central Texas, baby.
Yeah, so we're going to go to break, and we're going to come back. We're going to have a post-game show this week because we want to talk about some of the stats. We want to do player of the game, and we want to talk about this Bushland Wall game. So we'll have my phone's not updating lately, but yeah, it's 20-20 with 2.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So final tonight, Bearcats 48, Mustangs 26. We'll be back in a few with the Twin Uppercut Granite post-game show. I've got a lot of these. All right, thanks, guys. We'll be back.
Justice Creek Art Studio, located on the north side of the Pilot Point Square, is the newest way to let your creativity flow. The owner, Sheila, a teacher of 15 years, can help you and your family's imagination roam free. Justice Creek Art Studio offers both adult and kids classes, in-studio pottery painting, private events, and even art-to-go kits for when you're on the go. Coming from an amateur artist, Sheila made the experience fun and easy. Classes book quick, so run on over to www.justicecreekartstudio.net to find the class for you, or swing on into the studio and meet our favorite artist yourself.
Soy Mario, mi nombre es Mario Lapisco y estás escuchando Bearcat Football, PilotPointBearcats.com.
Hi, I'm Laura Bradley with Irick Real Estate here in Pilot Point. Growing up and living in this area my whole life allows me to have the expertise that is needed to better serve clients in this area. As a top producing agent with over 15 years of real estate experience, I believe in being a dedicated, hard-working realtor who strives to put clients first. It's about building relationships, not closing transactions. Feel free to call or text for all your real estate needs at 940-390-3911. Or you can visit my website at southernlifeliving.com. When experience counts, call Laura, your local Irick Real Estate agent.
I'm Rindy Garrett, a varsity cheerleader, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Enjoy that old-time country feel at the Martin General Store, located in downtown Pilot Point on the historic Pilot Point Square. The best way to describe the general store is it has a little bit of everything, from circle-y candles to specialty jams, dressings, sauces, home decor, kitchen decor, goat's milk soap, jewelry, a large assortment of old-time candy, nostalgic toys and books, pet toys and treats, greeting cards and gift wrap. She also serves cold drinks, and last but not least, Beth Marie's ice cream. That's Martin General Store, a little bit of everything.
Yo soy Miguel Prado, un estudiante entrenador para los Bearcats, y usted está escuchando el Football Bearcats on PilotPointBearcats.com.
Hey Bearcat fans, this is Coach Marsh. I know that whenever practice is over and I get home late, the first place I think of is Nick's Italian. You can go to Nick's Italian or you can call it at 940-686-2520. You get great quality food at a great price, not to mention the friendly service that you receive from Nick and his staff. Next time you're hungry and you don't feel like dragging out all those pots and pans and trying to cook for a family of 6, call Nick's Italian. and they'll take care of you. Nick's has been family owned and operated since 2003. You can find the restaurant at 1340 South Highway 377 in Pilot Point, Texas. Support a veteran-owned business in Nick's Italian. Go Bearcats.
I'm number 12, Max Holler, and you are listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
The Curtis and Holly Peacock family are proud supporters of Pilot Point ISD. The perseverance that our students have shown in these unprecedented times is a true reflection of what it means to be a Pilot Point Bearcat. The Peacocks want to wish all students in Pilot Point ISD a great 2021 school year and encourage them to continue to be an example to others. The Peacock family is always behind the Pilot Point Bearcats and Lady Cats. And remember, it is a great day to be a Pilot Point Bearcat.
I'm senior varsity cheerleader Aspen McCord, and you're listening to Bearcat Football on PilotPointBearcats.com.
And we're here, and this is the Twin City post-game show. Haven't had one in a few weeks because it's just been a few blowouts, but in this sort of exciting win like this, we're going to have
well deserving of one.
Absolutely. Let's go over some numbers real quick. Max Holler, 7 of 8, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air. On the receiving end of those, Jay Cox, 5 catches, 100 yards, 1 touchdown through the air. We had 1 on the ground as well.
Right.
Aiden Cox, 1 catch, 20 yards, and a touchdown. And then Ish only had 1 catch for 8 yards. Rushing, Max Holler, 14 for 255 and 3 touchdowns. Ish Harris, 12 carries, 65 and a touchdown. It was overshadowed by explosive plays by Jay and Max. Curly Brockman, that had to carry 15 yards. I thought it was going all the way. Number 7, Tyler Kowalson, 4 carries, 18 yards. Leads the total team stats here. First downs, 14 first downs for the Bearcats. 10 penalties for 110 yards. Got to get that fixed if we want to continue. No turnovers, but we did force one. 343 yards on the ground, 140 yards in the air for a total offense of 483. We had a sack, and we had over 16 minutes of time of possession today.
Man, what an impressive game all around by these Bearcats. And don't overlook a couple of really nice defensive plays by Ish Harris in the secondary, knocking down some key passes. And the guys were, they were laying the lumber. Trubenbach, Aiden Cox is in the setting the edge on the defense. Jay Cox had just an awesome game all around. Alex Puga, total team effort.
Pilot Point was just presented with their second gold trophy this season.
Another gold ball added to the collection.
So we're going to get to player of the game, and player of the game, man, it's just so hard because you hate to give it to the same guy every week and have a little bit of debate here. In my opinion, it's hard to go away from the guy who has 255 yards on the ground, pairs that with 83 yards through the air, and 5 total touchdowns. Jay was impactful on the offense, impact on defense.
Yeah, but we got to give it to Maximus Aurelius.
Jesus.
Wow. Max Holler, what a day again. Amazing.
That was just 5 touchdowns, and it's not a surprise. That's the thing here, is it's not like the other team went, oh man, we didn't know that number 12 could possibly have 338 yards of total offense in this game. No, they know it. They game plan and they say, hey, we want to stop 21, we want to stop 5, but we have to stop 12. And week in and week out, you just can't stop number 12.
That's right. But hey, hats off to Shallowater. They got a young team. They're going to be really good the next 2 years. And we got to remember that it was his senior's last game. And I want to point out Caleb Batson, number 1. Man, that guy played his heart out. He was a senior, very impactful, but man, they got a lot of young, and that quarterback filled in.
Brecken Ramos did a fantastic
job.
Did
an excellent job. But man, they're gonna be tough to deal with the next 2 years as well.
Yeah. So, I want to talk about next week a little.
Yep.
We got 3 seconds left. 2020 Bushland Wall. Looks like unless somebody's lining up for a field goal right now,
some bonus football.
Yeah, gonna get some bonus football in that one. So we'll take on the winner. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I know last year we played in the 3rd round against Wall. We played in Graham, Texas. Played on late Friday afternoon. I would love to see an afternoon game like that. That Graham facility was real nice. I'd love to if they win, I'd love to run it back with Wall in Graham, Texas next week. Well, I mean, I'd like to do it a little bit further east into the Metroplex.
I'm okay with Graham, the Graham Steers. I got a buddy, Brandon Bates, played college baseball with him from Graham. He's a good dude. I'm getting a report that Bushland missed a 38-yard field goal, and now it's going to overtime. So
I did just see it went to 0-0, so I was wondering.
Bushland had a chance to win it, I guess, in regulation, and missed a 38-yarder.
Well, that's going to hurt. I bet you if Hologanzer has that opportunity, he's going to drill that sucker. But I'll tell you what, man. Look to PilotPointBearcats.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Snapchat. We're on Instagram. Chance is probably going to have a TikTok soon enough.
He doesn't have TikTok already?
I don't know.
That guy?
I don't know. It's only the most popular internet app in the world.
I can't get my son off that app. I know that.
Yeah. So, all right. Want to thank all you guys for listening to tonight. Thanks to Pilot Point ISD, PilotPointBearcats.com, Shallowater ISD, Breckenridge ISD for hosting us here at Buckaroo Stadium. Lots of characters. Really nice place. All the fans on the chat: Chance Kirby, Travis Marsh, statistician Buzz Menard, production assistant Molly Holloway, sound engineer Roger Marsh, title sponsor Speedlight Broadband, all the rest of our sponsors from Ryan Menard and John Little. Thank you guys and good night.
Go Bearcats.
Go Bearcats.